pads for free?
With 2 Duralast Gold rotors, and there's a lifetime warranty on brake pads.
That's a huge markdown for so many miles.
Save on brakes and more during markdowns for miles at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Ugh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the Neighborly Done Right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed.
Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing.
A Neighborly company.
Morning begins in the Rincon Foothills. Rocking K, a master-planned community and place to call home, offering distinct neighborhoods designed to fit your lifestyle. Explore the outdoors, walk the trails, visit Saguaro National Park. Enjoy community parks and make new friends at Rocking K resident events. Walk to Vail School District's newest campus in Rocking K, Saguaro Creek. 17 model homes, 6 quality builders, move-in ready homes available from the 300s. Rocking K, designed by nature, a community by design.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today.
Red Wing shoes and boots for your business. Safety is our passion. Let us keep your crew covered. Ask about our Red Wing Business Advantage accounts today. The best solutions come from the closest to the problem. Red Wing, setting standards, not trends. Ask about our special discounts.
Wildcats Radio 1290 Studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
It is baseball night in Arizona. Your Arizona Wildcats home to open up a 4-game homestand. Final 4 home games of the season here at High Corbett Field. High C, 3400 East Camino Campestre. Head on out to the ball game tonight. It'll be a 6 o'clock first pitch here. You'll hear it if you don't come to the ballpark. You'll hear it with Brian Jeffries right here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Getting you set, New Mexico State, the opponent tonight. Jack LaFlamme going to be on the mound. He is 0-1, a 9.95 ERA. Second meeting of the year between these two teams. They got together here in Tucson back on April the 8th. Wildcats won that game pretty handily, 13-3, a 10-run rule game that ended in the 7th inning. Arizona, New Mexico State, 73 times prior have played in the game of baseball. The Wildcats have only lost to the Aggies on 9 of those 73 occasions. 64-9 is the record. So it should be an exciting night here. Bo Sylvester comes into tonight's game with a 15-game hitting streak, or comes in, I should say, after his 15-game hitting streak came to an end on Saturday. He did bounce back from that game to go 2 for 3 in Sunday's game at Kansas, a series that the Wildcats came away losing all 3 from. But Bo Sylvester swinging a hot bat right now for your Arizona Wildcats at 336. Tony Lira continues to be the top hitter in this offense right now at 348. We have seen Jack LaFlamme, the freshman, I should say, get a lot of these midweek opportunities. So looking forward to seeing him go out there and continue to work on what we hope will be a promising career for him moving forward. He has started 4 times. He's only pitched 12 2/3 innings, so he has not had shown a lot of length in any of these midweek games that he started. having allowed 14 earned runs on 20 hits. So still a lot for the freshman to work on. Opponents are batting .364 against him, but he shows a lot of promise for the future here at the University of Arizona. Wildcats have 7 games remaining on their schedule, including tonight's contest. They'll play Houston here this weekend at home. That'll be their final Big 12 home series, and then they'll finish out the regular season on the road at Oklahoma State. That'll be a Thursday-Friday set coming up the following week, as the Big 12 tournament is set to begin on, I believe, Tuesday. It's set to begin on Tuesday of the following week. So we are less than 2 weeks away from the Big 12 tournament, which will get underway on May the 19th. So the Wildcats last series bumped up a day to help teams recover and get here to Surprise, Arizona, where that tournament will take place. Wildcats likely, that's their only shot to get into the NCAA tournament this year, is going to be winning the Big 12 tournament, a tournament that they hope they won't have to play 5 straight days in, but that is still certainly a possibility, as the Wildcats will enter play this weekend tied for 12th. Right now, if the season ended, it was over, the Wildcats would not be playing in Surprise, as they do not have the tiebreaker against the team they're currently tied for that last tournament position with, and that's the Texas Tech Red Raiders, who took 2 out of 3 from U of A earlier in the year. Wildcats 7-17 in conference play. Tech 7-17 in conference play. The Houston team that comes in here this weekend is 4-20. They are the ones in last place. Houston definitely not going to be in Surprise come less than 2 weeks from now, but the Wildcats would certainly like to sweep that series. Texas Tech has series left against BYU at home and at Cincinnati. Those are their final 6 games. Those 2 teams will fight it out for that last position. Kansas State right now pretty much firmly entrenched into that 11th spot at 9-5, or 9-15, I should say, in conference play. But they certainly could slide out if they don't finish strong. Kansas State's final 6 games are against Cincinnati at home and UCF on the road. And, of course, UCF is right behind Kansas in the standings in this conference. So that's one that could lend to some losses for the Kansas State Wildcats as they move forward down the stretch. Kansas at 20-4, essentially pretty close to locking this conference up. They've won 8 consecutive games. They're 12-0 at home. They have a 4-game lead over West Virginia and Arizona State. Those are the 2 teams right now slotted in a tie for second. Kansas will end their conference season coming up over the course of the next 2 weeks. A big series against West Virginia. That'll be at home, and then they'll travel to finish things out at BYU on the final stretch of the season. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Coming up, we are going to hear from Owen Kramkowski, your Friday night starter for the Arizona Wildcats. He is going to join us on the show today. Owen has pitched well of late, and so we're looking forward to chatting with the young man from Sarita and Walden Grove High School. Cram kind of took this team by storm towards the end of last year and has really followed that up with a fairly good. The record definitely does not show just 1 for 6, 1 and 6 on the year through his 12 starts, a .496 ERA. But of late, Owen Kramkowski has been very much the Owen Kramkowski that we saw at the end of last season. He will join us on the show today. We're also going to chat with Garen Caulfield. You'll remember Garen Caulfield. He played on 4 NCAA tournament teams here at the University of Arizona. 2 of those 4 teams won conference championships in 2 separate conferences, the Pac-12 and the Big 12. And his last team, the 2025 squad, made it all the way to Omaha and the College World Series. Garen is spending his first non-playing baseball season as a graduate assistant coach here on the Arizona Wildcats staff, working under his former coach Chip Hale. So we'll looking forward to chatting with Guerin about everything that entails, his decision to walk away from the game as a player and not chase pro ball, and what he hopes or where he hopes this coaching life will eventually take him. So Owen Kramkowski, Guerin Caulfield will join us on the show today. Also, we had a chance to get up to West Anklam Road, we mentioned yesterday, and we'll be up at Pima College tomorrow for the Region 1 tournament. The first day of the Region 1 tournament is tomorrow. The Pima Aztecs will take on the Scottsdale Artichokes tomorrow, and that'll be a 2 o'clock game. We'll do our show up there tomorrow, beginning at 3 o'clock, so looking forward to that. We had a chance to get up there yesterday, and we chatted with the twin freshmen who are on this team. Out of Canyon Del Oro High School, Adriana and Brooklyn Machado played for Kelly Fowler up in that Dorados program, now in their first season playing for Rebecca Quiros at Pima College. We will talk to the twin sisters about their first season of JC softball. Adriana and Brooklyn Machado will join us on the show today as well. Speaking of softball, your Arizona women's softball team, the Wildcats, on the road for their Big 12 tournament, which will begin tomorrow. The ladies are in Oklahoma City. They held a press conference today. You will hear from them as well. Some awards came out today, courtesy of the Big 12, and as you can imagine, the Wildcats were all over some of those awards. Nine Arizona softball players were honored today. We will we'll get to all of that and let you know who won what coming up straight ahead. Wildcats will take on the Arizona State Sun Devils tomorrow. You'll hear that game with Derek Palmer from Oklahoma City on Freedom 1400 beginning at around 5:25 tomorrow, with first pitch a little bit after 5:30. We'll dive into that another meeting in the Territorial Cup Series and what that means for the Cup Series as the Wildcats are trying to close out the Cup Series for sure. I'm out here at the ballpark. We got JW Madden back in studio this afternoon. JW, a good afternoon to you. This might be, I don't know if I want to call this the calm before the storm, because we've had some really nice days of late, but it's about to get hot here in southern Arizona. So we're going to take this one day. It's been so nice here. I've been mentioning over the course of the last few weeks, I had a buddy in town, a family friend of ours who helped us come out here to help us with our transition to our new spot. And he was at the Diamondbacks game last night. How about this? He and his buddies, this was the last stop on their Major League Baseball tour. It has taken them 10-plus years.
Nice.
But they have hit the Chase Field was the final stadium that they had to hit in going to a game in every single Major League ballpark.
Yeah, I know that's been a thing that people try to get to every single ballpark for a while. When you can do that, when you can achieve your lifetime goal, your lifetime stadium checklist, I think that's pretty amazing and good to finish in Phoenix. The weather, DK, I mean, I wouldn't know it because it's about 15 degrees in this studio right now. Right. It looks to be in the hundreds. And, with Pima hosting the national tournament and obviously big baseball series this weekend, it's definitely an advantage for Arizona. Hopefully we can push off some of the cloudier weather and maybe not get too much rain this weekend, because I know it's supposed to be a little cloudy. But, yeah, I mean, I personally as a native, the heat doesn't really bother me as much. I just think, having these big sporting events late spring as the U of A sports calendar wraps up, it's always a good advantage for Arizona because we train in it, and we're built for it.
77 today. It's expected to be 88 tomorrow. 94 on Friday, 98 Saturday, 101 on Sunday, and 105 on Monday. So enjoy. My message to you is enjoy today because summer arrives tomorrow here in southern Arizona. This is going to be a beautiful night to be out at the ballpark, so I would definitely come out to tonight's game.
My question for you, I know you're a huge baseball guy, going to all the stadiums around MLB is amazing, but if you had to pick one thing in Tucson, would that be like, all the house club spots where you can go and watch your favorite DJs, or every chicken taco spot in Tucson? Like, what's your checklist in Tucson that you're trying to check off right now?
Oh, man, my checklist in Tucson. Wow.
I mean, golf courses is probably up there. I mean, I know you've played quite a few of the courses around town.
I think I've played most of the course. I played Ventana. I've played Star Pass. I've played Hilton El Conquistador. I've played most of the city course. I think I've played all of the city course. The only one I have not hit is Skyline. I have not played Skyline Country Club yet. So I heard a little birdie told me that one of our famed Arizona football alums recently became a member at Skyline. So I may have to hit on him to take me out for a round at Sky, especially since it's like literally right down the street from where I live. So I'd like to play Skyline. I've played La Paloma, obviously once now. Got to play that last year ahead of the Cologuard Classic, so that was a whole lot of fun. So yeah, Skyline would be. I've played out at Brookhaven, out at what's it called? Way out north. I forget the name of the community. Way up there, where all the retirees live. But I've played that one.
There's so many.
Yeah,
it's hard to keep them.
Played that one
keep
as well.
Track.
So yeah, I think Skyline would be the next one I'd like to play. So if you're a member at Skyline and you want to take me out to play there, 520-848-1290. I promise I won't embarrass you.
I've had an IPA at every bar on campus, and that was accomplished a long time ago. So maybe there's a few that have opened up since I was down there last. But yeah, that's probably my checklist for Tucson.
There you go. I think I'm trying to think of what I've been to the rodeo now. That was something I had never done before I started working here. So I've been to the rodeo. I'm trying to think of anything else that's very uniquely Tucson that I had not done.
Have you had every variety of cacti in your skin at one point? 'Cause that's a big checklist.
Yeah.
You got to be if you move if you're a transplant to Tucson and you haven't experienced jumping choy or those things along that line, you need to get out more.
No, I've not done that. I've not
rite of passage.
I've not dealt with that. I've not had any pack rats eat my car wires since I got here. I've not had that happen.
I had pack rats steal every toy I had as a kid because they're everywhere in the foothills.
I've seen some rattlesnakes, but not like out in the open. I've not seen a rattlesnake out in the open. Like one time there was one when I worked at Channel 13 up off Cotero Road. We backed up, the station backs up against that big wash that's out in Marana. So one day I think somebody caught one in the parking lot and put it into a cooler, and then so I saw it inside the cooler, but I've never actually seen a rattlesnake out. Like walking, that's amazing when I think about it. 18 years, I've never seen an actual rattlesnake out in the open.
Maybe you're a shuffler, because that's how you prevent rattlesnake encounters, is that you shuffle your feet a little bit, because when their tongue is out, they're actually not tasting. They're all about vibrations. So like the vibrations, if you're ever on a trail and it's the time of year or the time of day, when snakes are pretty active, definitely don't, heel toe, but every once in a while, if you make a little tiny bit of extra noise with your feet, is a good way to let them know that you're coming.
There you go. 520-848-1290. Again, we're out at High Corbett Field. Arizona baseball tonight against New Mexico State. Arizona softball on the road at Oklahoma City for the Big 12 tournament, which starts tomorrow against Arizona State. We will let you hear from the Wildcats coming up. Right now, we're going to let you hear from Cricket. She's getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Collision Sunrise and Craycroft and Sunrise Drive, Mountain near Fort Lowell on Mountain Avenue to the north of Fort Lowell, and expect backups Fort Lowell and Alvernon. Heavy eastbound backups on Fort Lowell at Alvernon Way. 57 the overnight low, sunny, 88 tomorrow and 80 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Discover. When you hear a good deal, it's natural to do a double take. That's what you might do when you hear Discover will automatically double all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Ugh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the Neighborly Done Right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed.
Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing.
A Neighborly company.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
What's up, everybody? Nick Kostos here helping you beat books with Westwood One Sports. Coming up tomorrow, Wednesday night in the pro basketball playoffs, San Antonio, a 9.5-point home favorite against Minnesota, total 215.5. Now, I don't know if Minnesota will win outright like it did in Game 1, but this point spread is way too big with how hard Minnesota plays. I think Minnesota keeps the game close, and Minnesota covers the big number. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Can you feel unusual hot spots on the floor? Do you hear the sound of running water when everything is off? These can be signs of a hidden water leak. Hi, I'm Jake Cummings, owner of Cummings Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. If you think you have a leak, don't wait, call Cummings. We offer free leak inspections to detect and stop damaging leaks. We are family owned and operated for 6 generations. We're committed to serving our community today and for generations to come.
For heating, air, and plumbing, call Cummings.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do. With press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
It is over. Cats have won it.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Coming to you live from High Corbett Field here. It's Arizona baseball tonight against New Mexico State. First of the final 4 home games of the season for your Wildcats. Head on out here. It's going to be, again, a absolutely beautiful night before summer starts. Summer officially does not start until June, but The temperatures are about to skyrocket beginning tomorrow. The Arizona men's tennis team is going to be home on Saturday. It's interesting. I haven't really ever asked anybody this question, but most of Arizona Tennis's matches start at 1. They do have lights, though, at that facility. I don't know that they've ever played a night game or night match there. I don't know that I've ever seen a night match at the Robson Tennis Center, and I'm not sure. I don't know that I've ever asked why that is. That might be something we have to ask Clancy next time we talk to him, why they've never played there. And I think one of the reasons is because they want to take advantage of the heat and try to, for lack of a better phrase, smoke other teams out in the heat of the day at 1 o'clock when it's, again, on Saturday, going to be close to 100 degrees. That is definitely a home tennis court advantage.
I was going to say, like, isn't home court a thing in all the majors? So, yeah, I mean, home court advantage, you got to take advantage of that.
There you go. Big 12 awards came out today. Just real quick, we'll tell you that Sydney Stewart is your player of the year in the Big 12. How about that? Sydney Stewart won the batting title. She is the player of the year. Let's hear a Sydney Stewart highlight right here.
Krager did her job with that one. And Stewart drives one center field, and that is gone over the batter's eye. A 3-run blast off the bat of Stewart.
Man, oh man. Sydney Stewart,
Arizona's second consecutive Big 12 Player of the Year. All she did this year was hit .490. She led the league in OPS. She's a catcher now. Remember, she's a catcher. Led the league in OPS, 1.969. Led the league in slugging, 1.314. RBIs led the league, 40. Leads the league in home runs, 13. That's surprising. You'd think there'd be more homers. But the Big 12 is clearly not maybe as large a power conference as it used to be with the exit of the Oklahoma and Texas schools, or at least Oklahoma and Texas individually. So 13 home runs led. She played in all 24 games for the Wildcats. Well, I think that's conference. They've obviously all 24 conference games for the Wildcats. Also, unanimous selection for the all Big 12 first team, Sydney Stewart. Congratulations to her. All right, other award winners there were. We do want you, though, to hear from the Arizona softball team as they chatted today in Oklahoma City ahead of their matchup tomorrow against ASU.
You're going up against ASU in this game. What do you guys have to do to be successful? Probably against Kenzie.
We just have to stick to our plan. I mean, we've been very much prepared when we played them a couple weeks ago now. But just sticking to who we are, not doing too much, and just sticking to our plan offensively, defensively, and in the pitching circle, and that we're going to do great things, just putting our best swing on the ball and playing softball.
It's just playing the game, too, knowing that at the end of the day, she has to throw across the plate. And I think having faced her 2 times now, well, more than twice with facing her like last year, too, it's just knowing that you have to be competitive and have a competitive mindset and not take a pitch off. And I think we're very well prepared. And
Yeah, I just think it's going to take 7 good innings of softball, and we just have to be consistent through all those innings and, learn from the past, but also a step forward and know it's a new game and a new inning and a new at-bat every single pitch. So,
for Sydney, something like winning the Big 12 Player of the Year, was that a realistic goal in your mind a couple of years ago, or is this something that maybe you never could have conceived of in your wildest dreams?
A couple years ago, maybe not like Player of the Year, probably just to maybe get like, I don't know, an all-conference team. But I think after last year, setting my goals out for my junior year of being an All-American, like that was the goal, and just to keep winning as a team. And then obviously this year, I didn't want to stop, shoot for the stars. And I feel like I talked to Amber, talked to our coaches, and just set out my goals for this year. And just went to work still, and knowing that the sky's the limit. And I'm just really happy that hard work has paid off.
For Taylor and Reagan, what do you think makes Sydney such a good hitter?
I think just her consistency, the way that she shows up every day, on and off the field, she really just puts in so much effort, so much work, and shows up the same every day, regardless of if she's getting walked 7 times, hitting 3 home runs and 3 at bats, or not having her best day. So just think consistency really just pays off so well for her, and just how she treats other people is just pays off in softball and also outside of softball.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's her hard work, but I feel like also after the game, she's more emotionally tired than physically, which is pretty crazy because she's catching. But that just comes from being so locked into her bats and everybody else's bats and the pitchers while she's on defense. That I think that's such a skill to be able to be so emotionally locked in and almost more tired that way because you're focusing on every single thing. And I think that shows in her bats that there's not a pitch that's taken off. And, if she swings and misses, it's more of, oh, that pitcher got lucky versus, she gets lucky when she hits the ball. It doesn't really work that way. That's more like the focus and the intent when that stuff happens.
A few weeks ago, Kate said that, after the changes last year, the 3 of you kind of came together as leaders of this team, setting forward what you thought being Wildcats meant. What does that mean to you, and how the 3 of you kind of stepped in and led in that regard?
I think it's just continuing to believe what we believed in the whole entire time. I mean, the reason Sid transferred here, the reason me and Tate came here, stayed here, and will forever be a Wildcat. It's just like, like the grass is greener where you water it. And these coaches, they put all their attention into us, and we put it right back. And I feel like that's what Arizona softball is. It's a family that's all bought in, and that was our main goal for this year, is to get this team completely bought in, and they've done such a great job.
For Caitlin, what are your thoughts on the awards that these 3 players received today? You've got a Player of the Year, Co-Defensive Player of the Year, and also the Scholar Athlete of the Year in softball.
Well, first of all, I thought 9 players honored is pretty insane, and it's a very cool thing that we can look to a bunch of different people on our team to really lead us, guide us, and be the one for the day. And then when I look at these 3, it's no surprise because of the way they live their lives every day, and they couldn't be more different as leaders. That's what I always talk about. I think Taylor's going to put her arm around you, and Sid's going to fire you up, and Reagan's going to kick your butt when you need to kick your butt. And at the same time, they do it all with love and passion and the same deep respect for this program. And, I watch them work every single day. And I think what people don't get to see as a coaching staff, we do get to see on a daily basis, because it's not a surprise to us that they perform on the big stage when they do the little things right every single day in practice. So, and that goes for on and off the field. So I'm just incredibly proud that other people get to see, because they're also 3 people that put their heads down, work. They're not flashy and kind of just drawing the attention. They just go do their jobs, and it's awesome to see when people like that get honored.
Caitlin, I wanted to ask you the same question about facing ASU and Kenzie. What makes her so special, and what do you guys need to do to be effective against her?
Well, I think she's a competitor, and she's able to move the ball just in all quadrants at different speeds. And so, when we do our prep work in the fall and all spring, we prepare for pitchers like her. So the difference between, the athletes we have right now, presently, I think they've bought into the challenge of really just going after the hard stuff in workouts. And they're a group that embraces the challenge of, whatever it takes mentality, and it's going to include some failure. But at the end of the day, we're going to be the ones to throw the last punch.
For both Caitlin and the players, what did you take out of the Utah series that's going to help you be successful going forward?
I think just always playing our best softball. We did not play our best for sure this past weekend. So knowing that if we just play our best, we can beat anybody. And when we slack off a little bit in other areas of softball, we are beatable. So I think this weekend, going into this weekend, next week, and the rest of the season, just thinking about us, not thinking about them. That if we are firing on all cylinders, buying into each other, truly just playing the game how we know how to play the game, and just representing the Block A with pride, I think that we will be unbeatable. This past weekend, I think that we just weren't playing our best softball, but we learned a lot about each other, and we learn every day through all the wins and the losses. So just taking those little lessons that we learned this past weekend and playing our best softball and sticking together is truly what's going to give us the fire to compete this next couple of days.
I think too, just, a short-term memory and like it's about the next pitch. And we have to fight no matter what happened last inning, last pitch. It's a clean slate. And we're going into this tournament 0-0, just like ASU is. And it's about who plays the best softball that day. So I think understanding that and bringing our best selves, like Taylor said, to the field and to every single moment. So it feels like we're 19-on-1 out there.
Okay, Kaylin, I know that as a coach, like you just said, you're all about the next pitch or the next game. You never want to look ahead. But looking at the big picture of things, you guys are kind of outside of that top 16 right now, but you have some opportunities if things play out a certain way where maybe you could face and beat an Oklahoma State or you could face and beat a Texas Tech. Are you giving up on the idea of being a regional host yet, or do you still think it's possible if things go your way in this Big 12 tournament?
Well, we don't give up on anything ever. That's not the Wildcat way at all. But I think what we do a really good job of when we're playing our best softball is being exactly where our feet are in the moment. So right now we're doing our best at this interview, and then tomorrow morning we're going to do our best at taking our hit around in pregame BP, and we're going to stay locked into exactly where our feet are. Because I think the moment you, one, look behind you at anything that happened in the past, and two, look in front of you, that's when you start to get lost and lose your way. So for us, it's just putting every single ounce of energy and effort into what we're doing in the very given moment.
All right, that was your Arizona Wildcats a little bit earlier today. Press conference in Oklahoma City as they get ready to take on the Arizona State Sun Devils. Now, this meeting tomorrow does have Territorial Cup implications, as the Wildcats have won 2 of the 3 meetings in the regular season to wrap up the Territorial Cup Series point. But, however, there are sports where postseason meetings do count. And baseball, softball, just like gymnastics, we saw a splitting of a point that the Wildcats had won during the regular season. The game tomorrow does indeed count. And if the Sun Devils were to win that game, they would draw a split of the point that currently sits with the Arizona Wildcats. Arizona currently leads the Territorial Cup Series 11-9. If they were to lose tomorrow, that would be reduced to 10.5 to 9.5. Now, the Wildcats only need 11.5 points to win. There are 22 sports which are competed for annually between the 2 rivals. And so the final 2 sports remaining are both the indoor and outdoor track and fields, both men's and women's outdoor track and fields. The Big 12 Outdoor Track and Field Championships will be held here in Tucson coming up in 2 weeks at Drockman Stadium, not too far from where we are today. It is expected the Wildcats will win at least one and potentially both of the track points. So what happens in Oklahoma City could be moot in the long run, but still it does keep Arizona State's hopes alive to steal the T-Cup back up north to Tempe. We shall see how that all plays out here over the course of the next 2+ weeks. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Much more coming up for you straight ahead. We're at High Corbett Field, Arizona baseball against New Mexico State. Some of the workers here at the ballpark starting to arrive for their shifts here. Fans will not be that far behind. Cricket is going to make sure you get to the game tonight safely. She's getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. And weather together, Sunrise and Craycroft and Sunrise Drive crash in the foothills. Or get some slowdowns at the intersection for northbound, eastbound, and westbound Sunrise Drive and Craycroft. Heaviest backups for eastbound Sunrise at Craycroft. Earlier crash Mountain near Fort Lowell on Mountain Avenue to the north of Fort Lowell. 57 the overnight low, sunny, 88 tomorrow, and 80 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters.
We're all racing to the red light, but this isn't NASCAR. Use caution. And if your vehicle needs a pit stop, just head on over to any Brake Masters stop sign. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Masters. We give you an honest break.
Top of the morning to you. You don't need the look of the Irish or a little leprechaun to protect your home from rodents, weeds, pests and termites. Let Weedco protect your home from things that don't belong, so you can focus on the ones that do. Call Weedco at 549-1390 or visit weedco.services today.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
We now join our damsel in distress tied to the railroad tracks, a victim of high tobacco prices.
Help! Somebody save me!
Never fear, my dear. Captain Tobacco is here.
Captain, high prices are coming down the track.
You'll never stop my high prices. Pardon me while I untie this fair lady.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
There, you're free.
My hero.
Rats.
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation, and save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com.
Now for you, high prices, I dare ya. Hooray! That's why I'm Captain Tobacco, finding high tobacco prices everywhere.
Captain, I could just kiss you.
Oh no!
Oh, brother. Tobacco Bar, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobartucson.com.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Tucson summers don't play fair. Before you spend thousands of dollars, get the facts. Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. We've been your local, family-owned choice for 25 years. This May, we're offering a free second opinion on any licensed HVAC contractor's quote of $1,000 or more. Get the peace of mind you deserve. Call us today at 520-492-0748 or make your appointment online at picturoxcooling.com.
Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-568-2790. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-568-2790. That's 800-568-2790. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-568-2790.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Why? Because I have a job to do.
With rapid-fire takes.
So I don't want to hear from you lava pigs on this notion today. No idea what you're talking about. You're complaining more than you like to breathe air. It's like you get up in the morning only to complain and cry and moan on social media about things that you don't even understand.
He's the Spitfire of sports smack.
Take advantage of it. Get up in here.
The Jim Rome Show podcast.
What's your beef?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
You've been warned.
Do you need your home repiped? Having trouble with your water heater? Leaking toilet? Have you ever thought about an instant recorded seweroscopy? Then call Economy Plumbing Service at 885-3510. Because if water goes through it or to it, we do it. Economy Plumbing, 885-3510.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
After going 7 games in the first round against the Magic, the Pistons didn't waste any time in Game 1 of the second round. The Pistons' defense was the big story, forcing the Cavs into 20 turnovers. The Pistons scored 31 points off of those turnovers. James Harden and Donovan Mitchell combined for 45, but it wasn't enough for the Cavaliers. Game 2, Cavs and Pistons, is Thursday night. I'm Chris Black.
When the moments in your life are too important to miss,
You can trust O'Reilly Auto Parts to keep you and your plans on the road. Our professional parts people can test your vehicle's battery and even give it a charge if needed. In most cases, we can install your new battery for free. It's just one of the many services we provide at O'Reilly Auto Parts to ensure life's best moments don't find you stranded.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do. With press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
It is over. Cats have won it.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis. DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, we've got NBA games going on tonight. We've got to get you your BetMGM top plays pretty quick here, but let's start with one of our plays from last night. Yandy Diaz of the Tampa Bay Rays came through for us.
And a ground ball, that's going to go through into center field. Wall's on his way to the plate, and Yandy Diaz comes through to tie this game at
3. Yandy Diaz with that big hit. So he got the hit, he got the RBI, and then he would later score on in that inning as the Rays came from behind to get the win last night. We had Yandy Diaz over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. So we got it all on that one RBI single right there. A hit and a run batted in. That's 2. So Yandy Diaz at -120 got us 3 total over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. We're doing pretty well with that. Hits, runs, RBIs of late. I like
Didn't
that.
we have Framber Valdez over 1 hit batter? Like, wasn't that a part of it too?
No, but I heard that Framber was, as Jim Rome was saying, Framber was being Framber.
Framber was doing Valdez things, yeah. I mean, obviously it was kind of personal because we know of the incident with Cesar Chavez last year where he hit his own catcher. But, yeah, giving up 10 runs through the first 4 innings and then pegging the next batter in the back, yeah. I apparently got suspended for 5 games as a result.
All right, so that was a good one. We got that win there. We also won last night on the Thunder and the Lakers because we had the Thunder -15.5. It was close. 108-90 was the final. Thunder won by 18, but that's enough to cover that one. So we got a pair of wins last night on our Westwood One top place. And actually, we got 3 wins because if you remember late, we took the Diamondbacks on the money line at +136 last night, and they won as well, 7-0 over the Pirates to begin that 3-game series up at Chase Field. The roof was open last night at Chase Field. I would imagine you might want to go, if you're up in the valley, you might want to go to the game tonight because tonight might be the last night that the roof is open for the remainder of the season. So.
I mean, if it's 98 tomorrow here, then what does that mean?
Yeah,
like 104 there?
Exactly. I don't think the roof is going to be open much more moving forward. Have you been to a game when the roof is open? J-Dub?
I have, yeah.
It's
yeah,
fun.
back in the
It's
day,
cool.
yeah.
It's really cool. You usually have to go in April or May, but it's really cool to be there when the I call it the window, the roof, and the paneling. Sometimes they'll have the roof open, the roof closed, but the panelings and the outfield will be open, which is cool as well. But to have the whole thing open is really fun to be there for that type of game. All right, so 3 wins last night. I like that. Can we continue it tonight? We've got a parlay. We've got a parlay for you tonight as the NBA gets going here in about 14 minutes or so.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you make the most of Westwood One Sports. How about a 2-for-1 special? I'll keep the first one quick. I'm a diehard Knicks fan. I do not believe they will win by margin again. Sixers will keep game 2 close because the Knicks shooting numbers have to come back down to earth. Then for the nightcap, I think Minnesota is flat out the better team than the Spurs. If Anthony Edwards suits up again for Game 2, being double-digit underdogs is absurd to me. The free throw and turnover department was dead even in Game 1. I think both underdogs covered tonight. I'm Pat Boyle, Bet Smarter and Beat the Books. Download the BetMGM app today.
All right, so we're going to take everybody, in fact, I think it was our guy Brad Evans also is very comfortable with the Timberwolves. Well, obviously Timberwolves won Game 1, but nobody likes that line tonight. Nobody likes the Spurs minus 9.5. Everybody's taking the Timberwolves plus the 9.5 tonight in Game 2 over the Spurs. They might not win the game, but most people think that line is too much in tonight's game.
10.5 is a crazy number.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot. So we're going to parlay, since our guy Pat Boyle there, he says take the underdog and the points in both games. We're going to parlay that. So the Sixers tonight are getting 10.5. The Timberwolves right now are getting 9.5. So we're going to parlay both those, which are individually at minus 105. Parlay them, you get that at plus 281. So plus 281 on the parlay tonight of the two underdogs. Sixers getting 10.5, and the Wolves getting 9.5.
So the Sixers are getting 10.5, but you know what they're not getting? They're not getting Joel Embiid in his jersey tonight.
That's
because
true.
He's not playing.
Does that change the way you feel about that?
Well, I mean, they've played quite a lot. The Sixers have gotten used to playing without Joel Embiid.
Right.
I mean, he's been in the league now 10 years, and he's been injured, probably more often than not. But, I mean, he is a huge difference maker. He was the biggest difference in them closing out that first-round series. So, I mean, if you look at what the Knicks have done these last 3 games, right? First team to win 3 straight games by 25 or more points in NBA playoff history. I think the Sixers have a really good young perimeter lineup, especially with Maxey, obviously one of the quickest guards in the NBA. I just think that it's hard to imagine the Knicks continuing to beat teams by 25, 30 points game in, game out.
Right.
But, I mean, again, Joel Embiid is such a huge presence there. Let's see if the Sixers can knock down some outside shots. I think 10.5 is pretty safe. I think the Sixers, they're a prideful group. They'll keep it closer than that last game in the first one.
Now, Pat Boyle gave us that. He probably recorded that, if you know the schedule. He probably recorded that last night before everyone knew that Joel Embiid was not going to play today, or tonight. So that might change some thinking on that. I'm still going to go with it. I think because, again, I think the Sixers are generally better in Game 2. We've seen that at least so far in this playoff. So I feel comfortable that they're going to keep that closer and not maybe lose by 15 or so points.
I mean, the NBA playoffs is all about adjustments, DK.
Yeah.
So, you got to adjust to losing by, 40 points
right.
in the first game?
Right.
They've got to do something, obviously, to keep Jalen Brunson in check, because he's the one who really set that tone and got the Knicks off to a great start yesterday.
So your $12.90 bet on that at plus 281 will get you back $36.27. So you can triple your money on that parlay. We're going to take that right there tonight, getting the Sixers and the points along with the Wolves and the points. The first of those games gets underway here at the top of the hour on the NBA schedule. It is the Sixers and the Knicks at 4. All the games are on normal television tonight, normal cable. ESPN has both games tonight, Timberwolves and Spurs at 6:30. Spurs obviously down 1-0. Knicks up 1-0 in their series. Game 1s last night, the 1s and the 4s played in both conferences. My Cavaliers tied the game and had the ball with a chance to take the lead with about 3 minutes to go, and they end up losing by 10. So they could not close, could not finish. Pistons get game 1 in that series, 111-101.
They didn't clean up the turnover issues, right? Because that's what we talked about on the air yesterday. In the early stages of that game, the Cavs had 9 early turnovers. They finished with twice as many turnovers.
Yeah, 20
as
turnovers.
The Pistons.
20 turnovers in that game for the Cavaliers. That's just not going to get it done. Not going to get it done for sure. Lakers lost 108-90. LeBron had 27. Chet Holmgren 24-12. And 3 block shots to lead the Thunder. It wasn't a huge win, but again, it was enough to cover that spread. And the Thunder are 5-0 to begin things here in the postseason. So no surprise, no dramatics in either of those games last night.
It was just business like for Oklahoma City because if you look at the box score, they didn't lose a single quarter. Right, so they only won the game by 18 points, but there wasn't a quarter where they blew out the Lakers. Lakers came back to the next quarter type of thing. Oklahoma City was in pretty firm control from the start.
Absolutely. So game 2s in those series will be on Wednesday coming up. NHL last night we had some games. Only one game actually. The Avalanche beat the Wild 5-2. So Colorado, the best team for the entire season in the NHL. They have been dominating in this playoff so far as well. No slippage at all for the Avalanche. They're up 2-0 in that series against Minnesota. 2 more games tonight. The Golden Knights won game 1 of their series against Anaheim. They'll be out in Vegas tonight for game 2 in that series. And the opener tonight, both these games are on TNT. The Canadiens and the Sabres will play game 1 of that series, that East second round series tonight over in Buffalo.
Also, congrats to the Tri-City because the Maple Leafs, DK, they got real lucky and they got the number 1 pick in the lottery that was selected last night as well.
There's a lot of people that are not real happy with that.
I could imagine, yeah. I mean, I think they had the 5th or 6th best odds to get the number 1 pick. So
yeah. So there you go. And I think they is Toronto. Is that where John Chayka has ended up now? The former boss for the Coyotes. I think that's where he went. Let me look at that real quick here. His name has been in the news of late because
he is, since May, since a few days ago he was hired. Yeah,
he got hired a few days ago with the Maple Leafs, and a lot of people think that that's going to spell the end of. Remember Shane Doan is there, working in that front office because Shane Doan and John Chayka did not really see eye to eye during the final stages of Shane Doan's professional career when John Chayka was running the Coyotes as general manager. So there's a lot of belief that Shane Doan will not be kept on now that John Chayka is the boss in Toronto. So we'll see how that all transpires moving forward as well.
I mean, how old is Shane Doan these days?
What is he?
Because
mid-40s?
Well, because John Chayka was the youngest GM in NHL history,
36.
right? And he's like in his late 30s now. So that whole when your boss is 15 years younger than you,
right?
Yeah, maybe a little bit of that.
Yep. Shane Doan, in fact, will be 50 this year, so he's 49. His birthday is 5 days after mine.
What does this kid think he's talking about? I know better than he does. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't even know John Chayka played, so that could have been part of it too. Not only a youngster, but a youngster that never actually strapped on any skates. But we'll see how that all transpires out there up in Toronto. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Okay, coming up in the next hour, we are going to talk with Owen Kramkowski. He'll join us on the show. We'll talk some baseball with him because we are out here. It's the Wildcats and the New Mexico State Aggies tonight. Jack LaFlamme, the freshman, will be on the bump for the Wildcats' final 4 home games of the season. J.W. Madden back in studio. Appreciate you for being along with us. This is DK on the Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. And Weather Together, Sunrise and Craycroft crash in the foothills. Backups northbound and eastbound, and Pima County Sheriff's Department been blocking the eastbound lanes of Sunrise. Approaching Craycroft, road work and expect slowing Ajo and Keno, and also Irvington and Palo Verde. 57 the overnight low, sunny, 88 tomorrow, and 80 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
Hey, it's Shannon. Tucson is full of hardworking people, and when a car accident turns your life upside down, Cruz and Associates is ready to work hard for you. Call 520-567-8000. Cruz and Associates, a firm you know, help you can trust.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters.
We're all racing to the red light, but this isn't NASCAR. Use caution. And if your vehicle needs a pit stop, just head on over to any Brake Masters stop sign. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Masters. We give you an honest break.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010.
Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Hey, it's Coach Tommy Lloyd. I trust Right Way for all my home services.
The Arizona summer heat is here, but don't sweat it. Upgrade your AC now with Right Way's pre-summer special. Get up to $3,000 credit for your old AC plus 0% financing for 60 months. You'll also get 10 years parts and labor warranty, manufacturer, and efficiency rebates. Stay cool, save big, and breathe easy all summer long. Call 520-201-8220 or visit rightwayac.com today.
If it's worth doing, do it the right way.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-2794. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-2794. That's 800-575-2794. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
If your yard is the talk of the neighborhood, make sure it's for all the right reasons. Call Dorado Rock and Materials. For landscape gravel to boulders and everything in between, Dorado Rock and Materials will make sure you and your yard are covered.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Tune to DK on the Sports Tip weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Coming to you straight and live from High Corbett Field. It is baseball night in Arizona. Wildcats are home for the first of their final 4 games of the season here at High Corbett Field. They'll take on New Mexico State tonight. Wildcats enter with a record of 16-30. They're 14 games under 500. 7-14 in the Big 12, 7 under there. They will face New Mexico State for the 74th time in history. Arizona leads the all-time series 64-9. Tony Lira continues to be the top offensive player on this team. Leads the team in batting average, hitting .348, hits 65, doubles 15. Tony slugging at a .519 clip with an on-base percentage of .430 on the year. Offense has been an issue for the Wildcats. They did, however, put up 13 runs the last time they played this team, in winning by a score of 13-3 back in early April. This will be the final non-conference game of the season for the Wildcats. They'll wrap up their regular season with 6 games in the Big 12. 3 of those will be here at home this weekend against Houston, the last place team currently in the Big 12, and then at Oklahoma State to round things out next Thursday and Friday and Saturday ahead of the start to the Big 12 baseball tournament, which will be here in the state of Arizona up in the Valley in Surprise beginning on May 19th. 520-848-1290 is the number for you to get in on the program. 520-848-1290. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Diamondbacks came home and got a win last night. Let's get you your Diamondbacks report for today.
Back down low.
Baseball talk.
It was a really good night for Geraldo Perdomo.
Popped him up. Long way to go for Jerry. Perdomo backpedaling way out there. And he's got it. Geraldo Perdomo, an acrobatic catch way out there in left center. Down the line. Fair. Arenado scores. They will win. Gabby. AT stops at third. Jerry drives in 2 more.
Well, you like to see Geraldo Perdomo start to get hot. He's only hitting .245 on the season. That was his lone hit last night in 4 at-bats, but a 2-run double in a 5-run 6th inning for the D-backs as they beat the Pirates by a count of 9-0. It was Eduardo Rodriguez putting in the work out on the bump.
Fastball by him at 93. 2 quick outs for Erod. Wow, he's not messing around. You talk about fill up the zone. He went right after the kid and got a big strikeout. 2-2. And he gets the chase with a fastball up there. Erod has punched out 6.
Boy, his command of his pitches tonight has been fantastic.
He has been the best starting pitcher in this rotation this season, coming off his performance for Venezuela in the World Baseball Classic. Eduardo Rodriguez, 7 innings last night, 2 hits, 3 walks allowed, struck out 7 shutout innings, 103 pitches to drop his ERA to 2.50 on the season. Even better, not allowing any runs in the first inning. We talked about how the first inning has been the bugaboo for this Diamondbacks ball club. They actually lead. They are the worst team in Major League Baseball in terms of allowing runs in the first inning this season. Their pitching staff, they've allowed 30 runs in the first inning through their first 34 games this season, and that is the worst mark in all of Major League Baseball. Didn't happen last night. 7 shutout innings for Eduardo Rodriguez. Torey Lovello says that set the tone.
Tonight was all about Erod and our starting pitching. We talked a lot about that in pregame, and when your starter goes out there and gives you 7 scoreless, 2-hit baseball, it is exactly what we needed, exactly what we talked about, and really no hiccups. It looked like he was in total control of that outing. Gave our offense a chance to get some footing. We scored some early runs, and then we tacked on. And we played our baseball game. We played exactly the type of game that I expect us to play. Everybody was very engaged and making plays defensively behind Erod. The pitchers that came in behind him just continued to fill up the zone. We talked about that being one of our staples, throwing strikes. It was a quality day. And then you switch over to the offensive side of it. We built innings. We had the right guys up in the right spot. We had multiple hits for several players. I think Cattell did a really nice job of setting the tone for us with that triple off the left center field wall. We were able to cash in runs. It was a really well played game. We got to remember this model and this part of the playbook, because this is who we are. And when it looks right, we win baseball games.
Gotta like that model for sure. If you're the Arizona Diamondbacks, you better get that model down, because there's a guy on Wednesday night. That's tonight. There's a guy tonight waiting for you by the name of Paul Skeens. So Paul Skeens will be out on the bump tonight for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He did not have a good outing the last time up. In fact, we lost money on Paul Skeens because he didn't go. We had him over 17.5 outs, and he only got to the 5th inning. Gave up a pair of first-inning home runs. When does Paul Skeens ever do that? 2 home runs in the first, 5 runs, 3 earned on 7 hits in 5 innings, and no much against the St. Louis Cardinals. You would not expect Paul Skeens to give up those types of numbers against a team that, frankly, is not very good. Paul Skeens, though, will be back out on the bump tonight. 4-2, a 3.1 earned run average. And guess what he's done against the Diamondbacks in his career? Just dominated. 2-0, a 1.0 ERA in 3 starts against the Snakes with 20 strikeouts in 18 innings. So that's what the Diamondbacks are looking at tonight against Paul Skeens. First pitch coming up at 6:40. Michael Soroka will be looking to bounce back from his first negative outing of the year. He is 4-1 with a 4.7 earned run average as he looks to lead the Diamondbacks to a series win tonight at Chase Field. We mentioned yesterday that Eldemardo Vargas was named the pitcher of the week, or the player of the month in the National League. So good news there. And the Diamondbacks will be looking for Soroka, who, again, not career very well against the Pirates, a 6.14 ERA, but pitching very well this season, having struck out 36 in 30 and 2/3 innings so far in his first year with the Snakes. All right, 520-848-1290. We may give you a bet on that one later. I'll see what I like on that. We gave you we took the Diamondbacks minus 1.5 runs, and that worked out pretty well for us last night. With Paul Skeens, though, I don't know if I'm quite that confident. It's the Diamondbacks are actually they're still favored tonight, but they're getting a run. I'm sorry, the Pirates are favored tonight. The Diamondbacks are actually getting a run and a half tonight against the Pirates. So we'll have to think about that. I might give you a DK special coming up a little bit later.
Did you hear what else happened last night?
With the Diamondbacks game?
No, in baseball.
No.
Shohei gave up 2 runs.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he'd been pitching pretty well.
Well, his ERA was 0.3.
Yeah.
And now it's 0.9.
Still pretty good.
Still outrageously good, yes.
Yeah.
Leading the majors.
You mentioned, J-Dub, in the last segment, Framber Valdez, the Major League Baseball has handed him a 6-game suspension for throwing at Boston Red Sox shortstop Trevor Story in last night's game. So Framber gets going to have 6 days off for sure after that incident right there.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear their skipper talk after the game. He said,
AJ Hinch, yeah.
Yeah. Henchey said, quote, "We play a really good brand of baseball here. That didn't feel like it. I'm not judging intent. I have no idea. But I know when you go out on the field and you end up sort of in those confrontations, you usually feel like you're in the right. And it didn't feel good being out there." So, like, he knew, if you saw the video, I mean, it was quite clear. We all know about Framber Valdez's history. He's a bit of a hothead out there on the mound. Last night was clearly intentional. He had given up 10 runs and 2 straight home runs to make it 10 runs in 4 innings, DK. and hit the next batter, square in the back. And it's fun watching the bullpen slow walk out there, right? Like after the benches have already kind of gotten up and they're talking to the ump and they're trying to make sure there were no punches thrown, nothing like that. But it was funny after about 20 seconds, 30 seconds of them milling about out there. Then the bullpens also started slow walking out from the outfield. So everybody got involved, but clearly Valdez was in the wrong.
Mm-hmm. No question.
I saw 5. I think it was 6 initially, and they moved it to 5. But as we all know with starting pitchers, that's one game.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about starting pitchers getting a length of game suspension that really only matters in the one start they would miss?
Yeah, the thing about it is that obviously there's even though it's only one quote game, they're getting paid by the day, so it's like 6 days worth of pay. So there is that aspect of it too. But yeah, you're right. It's if you're a pitcher, it should probably be a few weeks to go over maybe three or four games.
Well, mostly this comes into play like from back in the day when you'd really see really long suspensions, right?
Oh,
so an everyday player, he gets a 40-game suspension. That's 40 games. And a pitcher gets the same suspension, it's 1/5 that, right? 8 games. So, yeah, it's a little odd. But I don't think you got to give them anything longer than that. You definitely have to send a message. And there was also a fine involved, although I didn't see an actual sum. But the manager and Framber got fined as well.
Yep. 520-848-1290. Let's chat with the third member of our team tonight. Cricket joins us. And Cricket, the heat is coming. If you have anything you want to do, I would say get it done tonight, because tonight is going to be probably the last comfortable night we have until November.
Yeah, that's fair. Agreed.
Do you have anything that you want to get done tonight?
Go to bed early so I can get up early.
That's true. That's
what I'm going with that.
There you go. What time are you knocking it off tonight?
It should be 8 p.m., but it's usually more like 9 p.m.
So what keeps you up that extra hour?
Scrolling.
Ooh, scrolling on your phone?
Yes.
Oh gosh, you're one of those people. You go down you go down the rabbit hole.
Yep.
Okay, what's the most this really cool Volkswagen just drove by here. I don't think I've seen a Volkswagen van like that in forever. I didn't even know Volkswagen was still making cars, to be quite honest with you. I'm like, whoa, there's a Volkswagen. Oh. What's the latest rabbit hole? Do you want to tell us the latest rabbit hole you went down?
Junk journaling. It's an art and craft. It's an art and craft thing. Some purists literally make journals out of all recycled material. I don't do that. I buy new stuff. So I guess technically I'm not a junk journaler, but it's just arts and crafts. Rabbit hole. Mm-hmm.
Go to bed already.
Exactly.
Hey, you missed it, Cricket. We actually interviewed a gentleman that we know you are a huge fan of Below Deck.
Mm-hmm.
We actually interviewed a gentleman for our Sunday show last week who worked on a cruise ship.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, for not long though. He was an entertainer on a cruise ship. Played saxophone. And he said the job did not last long because he and the band director did not get along. So
oops. That would do it.
So at the next port, he got off the boat and never came back.
Just like peace out, like
peace out. He's
wow.
like, yeah. He's like, I'm not sailing with you anymore, sir.
And then DK wanted to know if there are portholes low enough on like the third deck underneath where all the fancy people sleep at night, where all the workers are who are, mopping up and all that, and whether there were windows down there. And I was like, well, I know they have those circular windows like similar to airplanes so that, the pressure is a problem, but I'm pretty sure they don't have them that low on the boat. But he wanted to make sure we asked you, since you're the expert, on below deck.
Below deck, there are portholes in the lower, in below deck, like literally, at least, but those are luxury yachts. When you're talking about a cruise with entertainers, those are way bigger. So I don't know how that works with like pressure and I don't know all that
You're
stuff.
The new saxophone guy. You sleep in that closet, right?
Exactly, yeah. Right by the bathroom. Closet by the bathroom.
And you play what I tell you to play.
Dang it.
There you go. All right, Cricket's got quotes. What is your... Ooh, she's like pulling paper right now. That paper, like you pulled that paper so hard I think it threw my back out.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm going to be careful, man.
All right, Cricket. What are we going to be smarted with today?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and it may be necessary from time to time to give a stupid or misinformed beholder a black eye.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and it might be necessary from time to time to give the beholder a black eye.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. I thought it was going to end with beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and I was like, well, we've heard that one before.
And then punch.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Black eye.
And who added the rest of that to become famous?
Jim Henson.
Whoa! Jim Henson like Mr. Muppet?
Yes, sir.
I would not have thought that would come from a nice man like Mr. Henson.
Well, see, he's got a little spicy side.
That's a little bit violent for somebody that dealt with children's toys and puppets.
But that was some adult humor, though, you know.
I'm a little shocked.
Well, there was
by Jim
Labyrinth,
Henson.
and also there was the Dark Crystal, so there's a different side of Jim Henson.
Yes, the dark side.
Oh, the dark. I don't know. I don't really know a lot about the dark side of Jim.
The black eye side.
Okay.
We'll call it that.
All right. Well, there you go. That's a good one, Cricket. We appreciate that today.
Well, thank you, and you're
right.
welcome.
So Cricket's going to tell you where you can go out tonight and enjoy one last night out on a deck, maybe not below deck, but out on a deck above ground, and enjoy these temperatures before summer comes. Summer officially starts tomorrow here in Tucson. Cricket every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and weather.
And from the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions wreck just reported westbound I-10 near Valencia. Crashes also Craycroft and Golf Links westbound slowing. The foothills, Swan and Sunrise Drive, and then an earlier crash at Sunrise Drive and Craycroft. Collision at Broadway and Kolb. 57 the overnight low, sunny and 88 tomorrow and 79 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Never wait to see your family doctor again. And My Doctor Now, you don't need to take time off work or even schedule ahead. Open 7 days a week. It's your family doctor. Available same day, every day, guaranteed. Go to My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-749-8188. 800-749-8188. 800-749-8188.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
We now join our damsel in distress tied to the railroad tracks, a victim of high tobacco prices.
Help! Somebody save me!
Never fear, my dear. Captain Tobacco is here.
Captain, high prices are coming down the track.
You'll never stop my high prices. Pardon me while I untie this fair lady.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
There, you're free.
My hero.
Drats!
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation, and save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com.
Now for you, high prices, I dare ya.
Hooray!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco, finding high tobacco prices everywhere.
Captain, I could just kiss you.
Oh, no.
Oh, brother. Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarntucson.com.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Spring's here, and while we're all hoping for a few more weeks of mild weather in southern Arizona, we know extreme heat comes next. Torture for your tires and a test for the rest of your car, truck, or SUV. So right now's the time to get road trip ready. And with 14 convenient locations, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care is the place. Not sure about your car's air conditioner? Need to check out that light on your dashboard or make sure your battery can make it through the summer? Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care is here to help with decades of experience in Arizona and dozens of top shop awards for tires and automotive maintenance. And right now, save even more on the tire brands you trust with big rebates up to $140 back on brands like Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal. And you'll love them even more with our low price promise. Stack up even more savings when you pay with your Jack Furrier card. So check out jackfurriers.com for all the details and even more promotions. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, we're here to get you there.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds. And you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
Hi, this is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management. As a boutique fiduciary investment firm, our clients have trusted us to guide them down their financial paths for decades. Whether you are an individual or family, business, foundation, or nonprofit, we are committed to your long-term goals and financial futures. We are proud supporters of the Tucson community and all that makes our city so special. Visit online at meridianwealthllc.com to learn more about Meridian today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale is on with limited quantity deals on top tech. Save on select PCs powered by the latest 12th Gen Intel Core processors like thin and light XPS 13 laptops, Inspiron laptops, and 2-in-1s. Plus, get savings on select accessories, free shipping, and monthly payment options with Dell Preferred Account. Save today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Here's the 0-2 to the plate. Swing and a miss, strike three. So Kramkowski, after the leadoff double, strikes out Hoyland, Kordick, and Collins, and the inning is over. And it's strike three called at the letters, and the inning is over. Fifth strikeout for Owen Kramkowski. Couldn't come at a better time.
Corbett Field for the final 4 games of the home part of the schedule. Arizona baseball non-conference tonight against New Mexico State, and then the final 3 Big 12 matchups coming up this weekend against Houston, and the guy that gets the ball on Friday nights for your Wildcats this year. Joining us now, local big right-hander Owen Kramkowski out of Sahuarita. And Owen, first of all, appreciate you joining us again. I mean, again, it's and then Easton Bryfogle not being able to go. How would you just assess how the season has gone for you guys?
I think just we've done our best trying to pick each other up, and obviously losing big parts of the team is never ideal going into it, but I think we've had guys who try and jump in those positions and do their job, so I think everyone's just trying to pick each other up, and we've done a good job at that, so try not to change anything about what we're actually doing when we have those injuries, but instead just keep trusting it and not change much, since that's not going to do much for us. We got to stick to who we are and just don't stray away from that.
Now, you obviously came a little bit out of nowhere last year to kind of capture that run at the end of the year. How was it different for you this offseason, knowing that, okay, now I'm an established starter at this level, about how you wanted to attack your work in the spring, in the summer, and then in the fall to get ready for this season as one of the lead guys?
I think just getting consistent with everything. Now that I kind of had my routine after last season, just learning things, learning how to be a starter, you just learn week by week, and trying to take that into this year of just sticking to what I do and what I do well, and try and fix as well what I'm not doing great. So I think it's a lot of just learning week by week is kind of what I took from last year and tried to bring that into this year by not changing like my base of what I do, but just getting better at what I can get better at. So I think, finding those holes and trying to fix them, as well as just sticking to my process and not changing that.
Let's go back to last year, and obviously that run you guys had, winning the conference, getting into the Big 12 tournament down in Texas, and winning that. And as you're kind of coming of age to help propel that, what was that maybe month and a half like for you at the end of the season as all of that was happening, and you're on this team that's heading to the College World Series?
I mean, it felt like it didn't even feel like we were playing baseball. Like, it felt like it was just fun. Like, it didn't feel like we had any pressure playing baseball, and it was like literally playing wiffle ball with my friends. Like, everyone was just, the dugout felt like it was just jokes going on the whole time, but everyone was still so, like, everyone knew what our goal was at the end of the day. So we were just stuck on that, but still everyone was just backing each other up, being good teammates, and it just made it a lot more easy to play with everyone since it felt like it was really free. Everyone was set, like, we had such good chemistry, and it just made the actual on-field stuff just so much easier to have confidence and not have any of those worries in the back of your head. So yeah, made it much more free to play.
What was describe Chapel Hill for me, and what that 3-day period was like?
It's a roller coaster.
Obviously you get bushwhacked in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what was going through guys' minds? It's like, oh, maybe we're in over our head, but able to come back and get it done there. What was that 3-day period like?
I think honestly for us, like, nothing really changed for us after that first game. Everyone, obviously, the score looks like it was a blowout and everything. Obviously the game was, but I think all of us knew that you come back the next day and you do exactly what you have to. You don't change because one game didn't go your way. That's baseball. That's going to happen. But yeah, I think that we were just so good at sticking to our process, and it really just felt like we lost the game and just had to win a weekend series basically. So that was kind of all our mindset was just win the first pitch that next day and yeah, just go from there.
And for you personally, because things had gone so well for you and then you had that hiccup there, how did you kind of reset to get ready for what was going to be next once you guys got back to Nebraska?
I think just being ready for what could have been next. If it was Game 3 at North Carolina, if I needed to throw that, I was ready to bounce back and throw that. So just being literally ready the next day, and none of us took it as like, well, that's it. Like, it was just like, all right, now we just do what we've been doing all season since we lost a lot of Friday games and won the series still. So, I mean, wasn't like anything really changed for us going in those next 2 days. Just sticking with what we do and trusting everyone who's behind us.
So now how does that work? Because we saw that with Flata a few weeks ago where he threw limited pitches on Sunday and then came back and I think threw again on Thursday night the next week. So when you come out after less than 40 pitches, is there already something set up to where, okay, you immediately could potentially be a guy that we bring back tomorrow or the next day as a bullpen guy if needed, or is that a conversation that happens the next day depending on just kind of how everything fleshes out? How do those conversations go?
I think just at that time of the year, it's just if the ball is handed to you, you got to throw. There's not really much thinking going on. So it's just at that point you're really just competing, and you're not really thinking about that other stuff. It's literally just give me the ball and I want to get out. It's like it almost makes it easier since you don't have as much pressure. Your back's, I guess your back is against the wall, but that's what makes it more fun is you're not supposed to be the one who wins that series anymore. So it's like you can just play free and you're not thinking about much. And yeah, that's kind of just like if they trust you, they're handing you the ball and you're just going to go get out. So I think that was my mindset going into it. And Vance told me, like, if we need you Game 3 or Game 2, whatever it is, like, just be ready. It's like, I'll be ready then.
How did this pitching staff navigate? Because, again, and maybe one of the things that's led to some of the struggles was the mass turnover. You know, Vance gets the job at San Diego State. DeRowan comes in. You guys are used to him. And then he leaves last minute to go back to working in pro ball. And then Sean Kenny comes in. So how did the pitchers manage all of that?
I think just understanding that what we do already is why we've been successful. So trying not to stray away from that at all, and just obviously it's a new personality, so just accepting him and learning what we can take from him, and just trying to make that the connection quicker and make it as easy as it can be. So just not taking it like it was the end of the world because of coaching change, because it's obviously not. We're in such a good position already here that we know whoever's coming in is going to do a great job for us, and I think he has. He's been a great coach for us. So we didn't worry about the turnover too much. There's not really much time to as well. So just keep going with what we've got and keep on adding to it.
Last week, I mean, you've put together obviously some really good outings of late. Last week at Kansas, kept the team in the ball game with a shot there at the end. First time you guys have ever been to Kansas, I think, as this team had never played really at Lawrence. What was that atmosphere like? Sold out games, Cracker Jack, little small place. How was that atmosphere there?
It was awesome. I mean, they got a great student section there, great fans there, so they make it fun to play there. It's definitely. It feels like a home environment for them, so they do a great job with that. But, yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect going in. I knew they had a good crowd and all that, but, yeah, they've got a good thing going on over there. So
Owen Kramkowski is our guest, Friday night starter for your Arizona Wildcats. We don't know what the future holds. This certainly could be your last weekend here as an Arizona Wildcat. How do you envision if this is the end, how you want it all to end for you here? And the legacy you want to leave?
I think making a run at the Big 12 right after this and just keeping the season going. I mean, that's all we're really focused on right now is just winning the next game, winning the next pitch. So just keeping it simple right now and not really worrying about leaving a legacy. Obviously, you want to leave a legacy, and that's how it's done is just by winning the next pitch. So I think, yeah, just sticking to the next step is kind of what I want to focus on right now.
When you were a kid growing up here in Southern Arizona, did you envision this? Did you envision I'm going to be the Friday night guy?
I mean, it's always been the dream. So yeah, it's definitely feels like a dream come true. I can't complain about a single thing about it.
Was there anybody along the way, any of your coaches, Little League, junior high, high school, that ever told you that said, yeah, you can do that. You're good enough to be that guy someday?
Yeah, I mean, my coaches growing up, my dad was one of my coaches, and then one of my Little League coaches, John Edwards, and actually one of my high school coach played here with Chip, was the guy who got me falling back in love with baseball and kind of got me into that. I want to play at the next level. So I think, yeah, Murray Hicks was a big part in that and keeping me in love with the game. Wanted to play here.
I bet, for sure. A few weeks ago, we had a chance to talk to Smith Bailey after his 15 strikeout performance. In the dugout, what were you seeing that night from him?
Just unhittable stuff. It felt like any pitch that was called, he was just executing it with 100% conviction. That was one of the most dominant outings I've ever seen. So that was impressive to watch. I was charting that game lucky enough, so being able to see every pitch before it comes and then watch him just execute it perfectly, it felt like that was unreal. Just the most dominant outing I think I've seen in my 3 years here.
And then last week, obviously, like I mentioned, maybe you didn't have the length, but 11 Ks in 5 innings. I mean, that's pretty impressive. What was working for you to be able to get to such a high level of strikeouts in a short amount of innings?
I think just trusting all my pitches. I didn't quite have everything that day, but I had a pitch I needed. I had my slider working the best, so sometimes you just got to rely on pitches more so. So we were just throwing that a lot and kept trusting it as the game went on, and then try and get other things working as well. So, yeah, just running with what I have and using it for that game, not trying to get away from that game plan at all.
What's been the key for you to keep the walks low?
I think just try and throw everything down the middle. Just keep it simple for myself. Don't make it too complicated and just pound the zone. Just don't walk, guys. That's always been my mindset since I've been here, and just throw your stuff in the zone. It's good enough to where it's hard to hit, so just trust that it's hard to hit and don't try and make it any harder than it has to be for yourself.
Well, I've been saying for weeks, I said if there's a team that's maybe built to win 5 games in 5 days or 4 games in 4 days, it's this team because of the starting pitching that you guys have with you and Smith and Luke Flata. So like you said, let's get to that point in Surprise here in a few weeks and see if you guys can get it done to have another run in the postseason.
Yes, sir. That's the goal. Just get hot right before that and run with it.
You have anybody you want to shout out on the radio? Any old friends, teammates, high school, girlfriends?
Girlfriend, coaches, Murray, parents, everyone along with the journey.
There you go. Everybody that's responsible for you being in this seat
yes,
right
sir.
now. Owen, continued success. Always appreciate the opportunity to chat with you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Owen Kramkowski, your Friday night starter for the Arizona Wildcats. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5. She's got your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions I-10 near Valencia. The crash was reported on the westbound side of I-10 near Valencia, but slowdowns for both directions, eastbound and westbound I-10 near Valencia. Other crashes, Thornydale south of Ina, and also Craycroft and Golf Links near Davis-Monthan. 57 the overnight low, sunny, 88 tomorrow, and 80 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters.
We're all racing to the red light, but this isn't NASCAR. Use caution. And if your vehicle needs a pit stop, just head on over to any Brake Masters stop sign. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Masters. We give you an honest break.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Duration, Woodscapes, and Superdeck products May 1st through the 11th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. $4, $6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Wow, this is bad.
Oh no, how bad? When will my AC be fixed?
You know, I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-902-5454. That's 800-902-5454. 800-902-5454.
Red Wing Shoes and Boots, purpose-built footwear for work done right the first time. Come visit our Oracle and Auto Mall and Broadway and Alvernon locations. Ask about the ultimate fit experience. Red Wing, get the right boot right here, as tough as the people who wear them.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 321-4100. That's 321-4100.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Top of the morning to you. You don't need the look of the Irish or a little leprechaun to protect your home from rodents, weeds, pests and termites. Let Weedco protect your home from things that don't belong so you can focus on the ones that do. Call Weedco at 549-1390 or visit weedco.services today.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
LeBron James scored 27 points, but it wasn't enough as the Lakers dropped Game 1 of the Western Conference Semis to Oklahoma City. Austin Reeves shot just 3 for 16 from the field. LeBron James can't do everything himself, and with Luka Doncic's return still unknown, this could be a very short series. Game 2 is Thursday night in Oklahoma City. I'm Adam Abdallah.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do, with press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
It is over. Cats have won it.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Find mom's best gift at Target. Now through Mother's Day, get up to 40% off gifts for her. Discover trendy apparel and swimwear that'll elevate any wardrobe. Jewelry that'll make her smile shine brighter, and even chocolate that'll turn any moment into something sweeter. There are endless options to choose from to show her she's the best. Hurry! Save 20 to 40% on select apparel, jewelry, chocolates, and more this Mother's Day only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Once upon a time.
Wildcats Radio 1290.
This has been a sad week around Major League Baseball. We talked yesterday about the death of John Sterling, the longtime play-by-play man for the New York Yankees, who passed away on Monday at the age of 87. I really looked hard for we played some of the calls, and obviously players that have come from Southern Arizona have worn the Yankee uniform. Austin Wells currently, Alex Verdugo several seasons ago when they went to the World Series, Shelley Duncan being one of those. I really looked hard for a John Sterling, Shelley Duncan home run call, but I just could not find one in any of the archives. A lot of video calls, a lot of calls involving Michael Kay, who's the current TV announcer for the New York Yankees, but I could not find that John Sterling, Shelley Duncan call. If you have one, I'd love to hear it. Send it to me. Text it to me at 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Shelley, of course, is now the manager of the Yankees AAA club in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. I thought maybe they might post a Shelley Duncan, John Sterling call. They did not do so either, so I just could not find one. There were a lot of different players out there.
Do you remember the call?
Do I remember what it sounded like? No.
Yeah, he said the Yankees run on Duncan.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah, like it's a play on the Dunkin' Donuts tagline.
No.
Yeah, the Yankees run on Duncan.
Duncan.
That was his Shelley Duncan home run call, yeah.
There you go. I'd love to hear it because I don't know that I've ever heard the John Sterling, Shelley Duncan home run call. Today, Major League Baseball lost longtime owner of the Atlanta Braves, Ted Turner. Ted Turner, who pretty much invented the Superstation concept, which a lot of people of my age group grew up with, that allowed us to watch baseball outside of our own markets. And for me, it was like it was kind of competing superstations at the time in the 1980s. You had Ted Turner and WTBS, which became TBS, and he would put the Atlanta Braves on every single night. And then there was WGN out of Chicago, and they had Cubs games on every single day. So it was in that realm of the early 1980s when superstations were born, and when obviously he started the 24-hour news network CNN. But I think that people that follow sports like me remember WTBS and being able to flip on an Atlanta Braves game. And now I forget the year that the Braves, I think they started the year they won 14 in a row. I want to say it was like oh gosh, maybe late 80s. I remember that run and watching WTBS a lot in the early part of that season when the Braves got on. I think it was that was right at the beginning of the Braves runs when they got good in the late 80s, early 90s, and started being a team that perennially was one to beat in the old National League West. Remember when the Braves competed against the Dodgers annually in the National League West? Ted Turner dead at the same age as John Sterling, 87 years old. Let's hear a tribute to Ted Turner.
Ted Turner was more than a media mogul. He was a visionary who reshaped how we see the world. Born in 1938, he built CNN from the ground up, turning it into a global news powerhouse that brought clarity, courage, and compassion to audiences everywhere.
I dedicate the news channel for America, the cable news network.
Beyond CNN, Ted's legacy spans a vast multimedia empire. From Turner Broadcasting System to TNT, TBS, Cartoon Network, and Turner Classic Movies. He championed causes from environmental protection to human rights, founding the Turner Foundation and the United Nations Foundation to address some of the world's most pressing challenges. He shaped public discourse, supported creative voices, and reminded us that media could be a force for good. Today we remember a man who built a global media empire, believed in the power of truth, the importance of diversity in storytelling, and the responsibility of public service. We remember Ted Turner.
Ted Turner was battling Lewy body dementia, which is the Alzheimer's Association defines it as progressive dementia that leads to a decline in thinking, reasoning, and independent function. Born in Ohio, as we mentioned, made his money in media, was the owner of the Atlanta Braves when they won the World Series. That's a World Series I prefer to forget in 1995 when they knocked off my Cleveland Indians getting to the World Series for the first time. But a guy that had a very large influence in the game of baseball from the ownership side of it, and a guy that really changed the way that we watch television here in the United States of America. I mean, just all kinds of things, not just baseball. And he was involved in professional wrestling. He was involved in yachting. Won the America's Cup in yachting as well. So he spread his
name
over a bunch of different sports. Say again.
His name on the 77 America's Cup.
Yeah.
He was known as Captain Outrageous.
Exactly. Captain Outrageous.
Courageous was the name of their yacht that won the America's Cup in 77, and he was known as Captain Outrageous.
Yep. Helped create free agency in baseball. Signed Andy Messersmith to baseball's first contract in free agency. Just 3 months after he bought the Braves, gave Andy Messersmith, I remember old Andy, pitched for the Dodgers back in the day, gave him a 3-year, $1 million deal. He was 20. Messersmith was 20-6 for the Dodgers in '74, and then he would go on to pitch several years with the Braves. He actually wore number 17. You'll remember back in the day, WTBS in Atlanta was channel 17, and I recall. I think in the initial years that it was on cable, it was also generally on channel 17. I'm trying to remember. There was a video show I used to watch all the time on TBS back in the day. Let's see. I forget what it was called. It was on Friday nights. I want to say it was Friday Night Videos, but that was on NBC. But there was a video show I used to watch every Friday night on TBS back in the day. So that would be an interesting question of the day. What was a show you watched back in the day on TBS? If you are of, I mean, again, and it can be now too, because there's a lot of shows that are on TBS. TBS spawned TNT, obviously, as well. But what was a show that you remember watching on TBS? 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. All right, before we get out of this segment here, I want you to, we were up at, tomorrow, we're going to be up at West Anklam Road, Pima College. The Region 1 tournament, softball tournament, is happening. Had a chance to catch up with two fabulous young ladies that are on the Pima softball team. They are freshmen. They are twins out of Canyon Del Oro High School. They are Adriana and Brooklyn Machado, and had a chance to chat with them. Let's hear a little bit of how excited they are to be involved with this tournament that starts tomorrow. Pima College softball playing in the regions for the first time at home since 2010. I've got Adriana and Brooklyn Machado, twin sisters, pitchers, fielders here at Pima. First of all, ladies, first year here on campus, correct? What's it like to kind of be in this experience? I'll start with you, Adriana, first time here at home.
It's been a great season for me so far. I came in as a freshman, didn't know really how much pitching time I was going to get, but I've kind of shown my coaches and teammates that I can do it, and the team has just been a great, team sporting and, yeah.
And Brooklyn, was it always the plan to kind of play together at this level?
Yeah, it was always, if one's going one, the other one's going, so it's kind of a package deal. Yeah.
So how old were you guys when you first started playing?
4 years old, yeah.
Okay, so what got you in the game, Adriana?
Older siblings, following in my older sister's footsteps. My brother played baseball at Canyon Del Oro too, and so did my sister, played softball over there. And I was just growing up playing with my dad and outside playing wiffle ball, and that kind of just the biggest family thing, yeah.
So both of you pitch. I mean, what kind of got you into pitching? I'll start with you, Brooklyn.
Going to my older sister's pitching lessons. Oh, wow. Yeah, we would always go watch her learn more stuff, and it would just be we want to do that too, so we want to follow into her footsteps and stuff.
Okay, so your older sister, how much older is she, Adriana?
She's 23, so 4 years in age, and yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So is she still kind of your biggest influence?
Yes, always. Yeah. She played at Glendale Community College for her 2 years, and it was just growing up watching her play, and kind of just got us into it and just kept going.
What was it like to be a part of that fabulous CDO program playing for Coach Fowler?
Amazing. It was such a fabulous experience. Yeah.
Did you guys win any state championships there?
No, we lost 4-0 against Desert Mountain in the championship game at ASU. So.
Oh, gosh. What was that experience like, though, being in a state championship game?
As a senior, I didn't expect to get a lot of playing time because she had her team set from the beginning, but I stepped in, I stepped up, and I got to play third base in that championship game. It was an amazing feeling to play on that field, too. It's always a great opportunity to play on the D1 college fields.
We're chatting with Adriana and Brooklyn Machado. They are the twins on the Pima softball team. Brooklyn, what's it been like to be on a team that's 44-7?
Amazing. Such an amazing team. Being around the girls and stuff is just an amazing experience to be with them, cheering them on and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so what's I know you guys have, in the past, they've always had little trinkets and things that you guys do to kind of motivate yourselves. Do you have anything like that, like a little tiki guy or hats or anything like that this year?
These last couple of weeks we have. When we played PC, it was kind of just they had colorful wigs and just being loud in the dugout. The second time we played PC here, we had sparkly tattoos, and we put them on our face and our arms and everything. So it was kind of just the fun little things that kept us going, and just being loud in the dugout is very helpful.
All right, Adriana, give me your favorite thing about Coach Rebecca.
She's very hyped, very motivated, and it just gets me motivated and keeps me confident in the game.
All right, Brooklyn, how about you? What do you like most about Coach Rebecca?
Anything, like she said, motivating me to push myself to get better out on the field and stuff.
Outstanding. Ladies, best of luck this weekend. Let's advance to the World Series.
Yes, thank you. Go Aztecs.
All right. So Pima will play tomorrow at 2 o'clock against Scottsdale. That'll be the second game of the opening of the Region 1 tournament. It'll be the first game will be at 11 o'clock. Then the winners and losers will play on Friday, and then the championship round on Saturday. Could be one game, could be two games, depending. It's a double elimination process. Pima trying to get back to another World Series, hosting the regionals for the first time since 2010. Get on up there and support those Aztecs. DK on the Sports Tip coming to you live from High Corbett Field, getting you set for the Wildcats and New Mexico State. Garen Caulfield is going to join us in the next hour. Played on 4 NCAA tournament teams here at the University of Arizona. He is now working his way as an assistant coach, a graduate assistant coach for your Arizona Wildcats. In fact, today's the last day of classes. Tomorrow will be reading day here as we get set for graduation next Friday night. DK on the Sports Tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions reported Craycroft and Golf Links and Craycroft. Thornydale near Ina, south of Ina on Thornydale. I-10 near Valencia, collision there and slowing both directions of travel on I-10 near Valencia. 57 the overnight low, sunny 88 tomorrow and 79 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters.
We're all racing to the red light, but this isn't NASCAR. Use caution. And if your vehicle needs a pit stop, just head on over to any Brake Masters stop sign. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Masters. We give you an honest break.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2577. 800-375-2577. 800-375-2577.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Spring's here, and while we're all hoping for a few more weeks of mild weather in southern Arizona, we know extreme heat comes next. Torture for your tires and a test for the rest of your car, truck, or SUV. So right now's the time to get road trip ready. And with 14 convenient locations, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care is the place. Not sure about your car's air conditioner? Need to check out that light on your dashboard or make sure your battery can make it through the summer? Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care is here to help with decades of experience in Arizona and dozens of top shop awards for tires and automotive maintenance. And right now, save even more on the tire brands you trust with big rebates up to $140 back on brands like Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal. And you'll love them even more with our low price promise. Stack up even more savings when you pay with your Jack Furrier card. So check out jackfurriers.com for all the details and even more promotions. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Your business isn't a science experiment. And at Cumulus Digital, we never treat it like one. You shouldn't have to pay an agency to test theories on your dime. At Cumulus Digital, we don't speculate, we execute. Our proven framework delivers results 25% better than industry standards. Visit cumulusdigital.com, fill out our form, and move from guessing to knowing.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote.
Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-568-2790, 800-568-2790, or biglou.com.
Paid for by term provider.
Nobody covers your cats like we do. We are the home of your Arizona Wildcats. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
On the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Arizona and New Mexico State tonight here at High Corbett Field. Baseball night in southern Arizona. First of 4 here at High Corbett Field to wrap up the 2026 home schedule. Tonight against New Mexico State, and then this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against the last place Houston Cougars. Head on out to the ballpark, especially tonight. Tonight might be the last real comfortable night to sit here, because the temperatures are about to go up starting tomorrow. Right now, let's see, at what time is it? 5:02. It is 79 degrees here in Tucson. The low tonight is going to be 60. And then, of course, it starts heating up. Tomorrow's high expected to be 88, 94 on Friday, 98 on Saturday for Arizona tennis, 101 on Sunday. It'll be the finale of the 3-game series between the Wildcats and the Cougars, and then 105 on Monday. Welcome to summer. It has arrived here in southern Arizona. Sarah checks in from Oro Valley on the text groove. She says, DK, the video show was Night Tracks. Night Tracks, exactly. Thank you, Sarah. She says, I used to watch Night Tracks all the time back in the late 1980s. I was a huge fan of Night Tracks. Every Friday night, Saturday night, I think I would stay up to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning watching Night Tracks on TBS. What show did you watch back in the day on TBS in memory of the great Ted Turner, who passed away today at the age of 87? Married to Jane Fonda. Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Night Tracks, America's favorite music video show.
Tonight we present the hottest videos from the biggest stars of pop, rock, and some new music surprises.
Man, DK, this is like my childhood. Not Night Tracks, just the general aesthetic and the style of
intro music
prior
there.
To MTV, yeah, it was great.
Great stuff.
That was a real niche. Like, everything was neon. Literally, I'm looking at a screen that's just black with nothing but neon colors.
Yeah, it's something for sure. Big news in horse racing today. Golden Tempo is not going to run the Preakness, although I don't know that was a huge surprise that was made today. Golden Tempo's trainer, Cherie DeVoe, had hinted that might be a little bit of a rough bounce back. She says today, we're incredibly appreciative of the excitement and support surrounding the possibility of a Triple Crown run. Golden gave us a race of a lifetime in the Kentucky Derby, and we believe the best decision for him moving forward is to give him a little more time following such a tremendous effort. His health, happiness, and long-term future will always remain our top priority. So Golden Tempo will run the third leg of the Triple Crown. That'll be the Kentucky Derby, which is, interestingly enough, that obviously that's in Saratoga Springs. And that is where Cherie DeVoe started her career. And we found out today, we'd been hearing all weekend that, Cherie DeVoe started under legendary horse trainer Chuck Simon. I was not aware, though, until today that Chuck Simon, although Cherie DeVoe never attended the University of Arizona in the racetrack program, Chuck Simon did. He is a graduate of the University of Arizona's racetrack industry program, the man that gave Cherie DeVoe the start to her career. So how cool is that? There is a connection here to Southern Arizona, the University of Arizona, and the U of A racetrack industry program in Chuck Simon, the mentor for Cherie DeVoe, the winner, the first woman trainer to win with a Kentucky Derby horse. So very cool little side note there. Disappointing, though, obviously, that we won't get to see that horse go for a Triple Crown, but looking forward to seeing Golden Tempo in the beginning of June, about a month from now, is when they'll run the Belmont Stakes.
It's going to be more commonplace, though, because a big modern thought, DK, for trainers is a month.
Right.
In between big races.
Yeah.
And as we all know, the Triple Crown's 2 weeks. So you're going to see situations where potentially, and, nobody talks about the horse who finished 9th skipping the second race, right? Like, that never happens. But we do hear a lot of stories about the winner of the Kentucky Derby, skipping and going straight to the Belmont because, the idea, that you want to make sure that the horse is as healthy as possible. A lot of modern trainers believe that a month in between big races is probably should be the standard. So don't be surprised if you see something like this happen more often now in modern time.
Yeah. In fact, it'll be a month from today. June 6th is when they'll run the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga Racecourse. In fact, I think this is the last year they're running it there at Saratoga Racecourse in New York. And it was that was the place, I think, a few years ago where the first woman trainer to win a Triple Crown won at the Belmont Stakes. So Golden Temple, the third Derby winner in the last 5 years to bypass the middle race, the Preakness, and the sixth time in 8 years that the Preakness will happen with no chance of a Triple Crown on the line. American Pharoah, obviously piloted by our great U of A grad Bob Baffert, was and Justify as well, the last to win all 3 races in the Triple Crown.
Yeah, and wasn't it like 50 years prior to that, or 40 years? It's been a long time.
Right.
So, I mean, if you look at those stats, that's like 65, 70% of all winners of the Kentucky Derby have skipped the next race. So at what point do they decide that this 100-year of history should maybe stretch it out a little bit more and put a little bit more time between races?
That's the debate. Because, again, it's do you want to make it easier? I mean, it's incredibly hard. And I don't know, but I guess I'm going to probably side on tradition there because of the fact of what you just said. It was 50 years. It's such a tough thing to do. I don't know that we want that to happen every year, every other year.
As a kid, every time a horse would win the first 2 legs,
right?
That's all anybody talked about.
Exactly, for 2 weeks.
Prior to the internet, it was just every water cooler you could find was just nothing about, are they going to win the Triple Crown? Are they going to win Triple Crown?
I mean, for 2 weeks, you get there. For 2 weeks after the Preakness, you get that build-up to the Belmont Stakes, and I don't think you want to make it easy. You don't want to make that easy. That's the tough part about it. And I'm not surprised. And I think if you and then this is not to say, I mean, there's clearly a difference. You're talking about the first female trainer in the history of horse racing to win that award. But if you look at the way that she interacted with that horse. Every time you've seen Cherie DeVoe interact with Golden Tempo, it's in a loving manner that I don't know that I've ever seen from a male trainer. And so I think there's an element of that, and we even heard Jim Rome talked about it on his show today because he was heavily involved in the horse racing business. There's an element of love that I think that some trainers have for their horses, and there's an element of other trainers who see those horses as a commodity to be pushed, to win money, and in that whole scenario. So I think what you've seen from Cherie DeVoe over the course of the last week is maybe a much more modern type of trainer than I think we're used to in terms of the horse racing industry.
Yeah, and how many stories the last 10, 15 years, DK, have we heard about suspensions or doping or any kind of blood work and all of that? So, I mean, I think there has to be an element of people who are there for animals first, right? Obviously, you're trying to win races. I mean, that's the whole goal. So a lot of stables will try to do that at any expense. However, like the aftermath of the more recent stories, you always hear stories. You hear a story when a horse wins all 3 races. You hear a story when, trainers and stables get banned for periods of time because they're stretching the rules a little bit. And I think, having obviously the animals' health and well-being, first and foremost has to be at the top. And clearly, from all signs point from watching her interact with her horse, that's the case there.
Yeah. 520-848-1290 if you want to get in on that conversation right there. Your thoughts on the decision by Golden Tempo's team not to race the horse at the Preakness, to wait until the Belmont Stakes. If you have any thoughts on that, love to hear from you on that today at 520-848-1290. We're getting very close to the start of the WNBA season for your Phoenix Mercury. We'll be diving into that as well. I believe they begin this weekend, so we'll dive into that coming up over the course of the next 2 days as well. Interesting move we didn't really touch on earlier this week, J-Dub. Haley Van Lith released by the Chicago Sky.
I saw that. Yeah, I did see that.
This week. She was the 11th round pick last year. Or 11th, I should say, not 11th round pick. She was the 11th overall pick in the first round last year, and played one season there. A lot of changes in Chicago, obviously, with the trading of Angel Reese to Atlanta, and now the release of Haley Van Lith. So going, and interestingly enough, Natasha Cloud was the player that they brought in to replace her, Natasha Cloud, who had been playing for a number of years here in Arizona with the
bunch
of
musical chairs, DK. I mean, it's a very small league. There aren't a lot of spots. About a couple hours ago, it was announced the Connecticut Sun did pick up Haley Van Lith.
So
is
that
she's
right?
Back in the league.
Okay, well, there you go. I missed that, but great to see that. Kate Reese was in a camp this year. She was in camp with the Golden State Valkyries. However, she was released I believe last Friday. She was released from there. So Kate's been playing overseas, had been looking for that opportunity. It's very difficult. It's a very difficult league. There's still not a lot of openings for teams. I mean, like the Mercury this week released Jillian Aileen from their roster. Jillian Aileen might have been one of the best players I saw play in the Big 12, in the Pac-12 when she was at Oregon. I mean, just an absolute dominant player, but at that level has not been able to make that translate into the next level. You talk about the best player in the history of the Arizona program. Ari McDonald has created a career for herself in the WNBA, but was released at the end of training camp last year. Had to latch on with Indiana, is on her third team in the league as primarily an off-the-bench player. So it's a very difficult league to get into, a very difficult league to stay into. Haley Van Lith, obviously a very good college player at several universities, Louisville and LSU. Very much there's a lot of these young women who you could say are, quote, poster childs of basketball that are put out there in the forefront. Not always the best players are put in those positions, so surprising sometimes to many when a player like her is released, but we'll see if she can carve out a niche for herself in her new city there with the Connecticut Sun, who are going to be on the move. Where are they moving to? I think they're moving to where? I forget. But I think this is the last year they're playing in Connecticut. So she'll probably have another home next year if she stays with that organization.
They are going to be the
Texas
new
somewhere.
Houston Comets. Remember?
Yeah,
like
that's
the
right.
first three, wasn't the first three WNBA championships were won by Houston?
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Proud franchise.
There you go.
Who was that? Swoop? Who was the Swoops?
Yeah, Cheryl Swoops.
Yeah.
I think maybe Cynthia Cooper was on those teams too.
Yeah, she
back
was.
in the day. Yeah, they were good. They were good when this whole thing got going back. So great to see Houston's getting a team back. Original WNBA team. Cleveland's getting our team back.
Come
original
on, Silver.
WNBA team.
Seattle, buddy, Seattle.
Yeah, right. There you go. Got to get those Sonics back going for sure. All right, DK on the sports tip. We're out at High Corbett Field. Fans are beginning to arrive for this 6 o'clock first pitch with Brian Jeffries. You'll hear it here on Wildcats Radio 1290. When we come back, Garen Caulfield is going to join us. Played for the last 4 seasons for Arizona. Now in his first season and only season as a graduate assistant coach because he's working on his master's and he's about to finish that process here in the next week and a half. Garen Caulfield will join us. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. 22nd and Aviation Parkway and 22nd Street reported collision. Got some backups on Aviation Parkway headed eastbound at Country Club. Also some usual slowing westbound on Ajo at Mission. 57, the overnight low, sunny 88 tomorrow and 78 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Brakemasters.
We're all racing to the red light, but this isn't NASCAR. Use caution. And if your vehicle needs a pit stop, just head on over to any Brakemasters stop sign. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brakemasters. We give you an honest break.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2577. 800-375-2577. 800-375-2577.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of 1926 $10 gold Indian coins have been found. These gorgeous 1926 gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 500 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling the secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1926 $10 gold Indian coin from the exclusive Anniversary Gold Collection, struck 150 years after America declared its independence. These 1926 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition. Call 1-888-201-7071 to secure your exclusive 1926 Special Anniversary Gold Collection $10 Indian coin. Plus, you'll receive a free bonus over a $125 value and free shipping with every order. Call 1-888-201-7071 now to secure your 1926 $10 gold Indian coins before they sell out. Call 1-888-201-7071. Don't wait, call now.
Hallmark Cards presents Mother's Day at Walgreens. Celebrate every mother figure in your life with a Hallmark card at Walgreens. Show how much she means to you and how deeply she's loved. A Hallmark card is the perfect way to say thank you for all she does. Don't forget, Mother's Day is Sunday, May 10th. Visit Walgreens today to find the perfect Hallmark Mother's Day card and make her feel truly special. Mother's Day means Hallmark cards at Walgreens.
Why does Progressive help support truckers? Because truckers unite the world. Truckers unite whistles and lifeguards. Truckers unite fitness devices with people who don't exercise. Truckers unite your aunt with those live, laugh, love signs. But truckers can't do any of this if they're not on the road. That's why Progressive helps safe truckers save an average of $6,181 when they elect to share their ELD data with us. Get a quote at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. 2025 National Average Safe Driver Enrollment Discount Savings for new Progressive customers excludes mandatory program participants. Not available in all states. Driving data could increase or decrease premiums at renewal.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya, guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. The UCLA beach volleyball team just captured the program's third NCAA championship. The Bruins swept top seed Stanford Sunday to win their first national title since 2019. The victory was sealed by their number one pair of Maggie Boyd and Sally Perez. Boyd is the reigning AVCA Beach National Player of the Year, and now the senior wraps her college career with a crown.
I'm just so proud of this team. We were all ready to go. We knew every single one of our pairs could win, and that's something that's so special and unique. And we put in so much work this season. Last year we lost in the semis, and we said we were going to take it home next year, and every day we showed up and we did that, and just so proud of us.
Since their last national title, the Bruins finished runner-up to rival USC 3 times. Finally, a breakthrough. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Amy Lawrence on Westwood One.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Knock, knock, Capital One Bank guy.
Wow, Charles Barkley?
I just moved into the neighborhood. Can I borrow some Wi-Fi?
Sure, Chuck. That's what the Capital One Cafe is here for, open 7 days a week.
Oh, can I use your ATM? My dog walker only takes cash.
Anything for a neighbor.
Can I try the catchphrase?
Sure, take it for a spin.
There's no fees or minimums on Capital One checking accounts.
Nice, Chuck. I'll take it from here. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Visit CapitalOne.com/bankguide for details. Capital One, a name member FDIC.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
The pitch, and that's lined to center for a base hit. See if it pays off. Around third, Mikalaka's headed home. The throw's going to be cut off, and the Wildcats have taken the lead. Here in Caulfield, RBI single to center. Well, there you go. You steal a base, you score a run. The first pitch to Caulfield, hit in the air to left and deep. Back on that one, Smith. Track wall, and it's out of here. Garen Caulfield with his second home run. And in this big ballpark, he clears the left field wall easily. And the Wildcats have a 2-0 lead. RBI's 33 and 34 for Garen Caulfield. He'll get the chest bump from his teammates in the dugout.
Arizona baseball against New Mexico State tonight. Final 4 home games of this 2026 season. A player that you saw on these fields for 4 consecutive years. As much as we've seen any player in the history of this program, next to the guy that is leading this team in the dugout, Chip Hale joins us now. He's a graduate assistant coach here on this team, Garen Caulfield. Garen, appreciate you taking some time to join us. New life now, off the field as a player, but still on the field as a coach, starting that new aspect of your life and your career. How's it gone in this first season as an assistant coach here?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, and it's been great. It's been an easy transition. I'm not walking away from the game completely. I'm right back where I'm super familiar with, being here in Tucson and with this staff. So it's been exciting, and I'm just trying to learn everything I can and help this team out.
Did you think that coaching was eventually going to be in the cards for you as you were kind of, going through college as a player and wondering what's going to be next, whether that's going to be immediately some professional opportunities or walk away from playing and maybe start coaching?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, this game and the game of baseball and like helping other people kind of like achieve their goals makes me feel alive, and I feel like there's no better start to that than coming back here and helping out the staff and the guys that are here and getting my master's degree at the same time. So it's been a blessing, and it's going to jumpstart me into hopefully a long coaching career.
Garen Caulfield is our guest. We mentioned second in the program all time in games played, 231 at bats, 877 behind only Chip Hale, full-time starter here for the most part during his 4 years here at the University of Arizona. You mentioned getting your graduate degree. What are we studying? What's the plan in there on the academic side?
Yeah, so I'm currently working on my last assignment right now in the Masters of Real Estate Development.
Because this is the
program.
last day of class, right?
Yeah. Well, I got like a week left of final stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on my last thing, and I'm all online student. So, with the submission of this last assignment, I will have successfully been in 7 years of college without going into a class. all online.
Online?
All 7 years.
You
so, yeah.
never once had a in-person class?
Nope. I think that's
Wow.
probably my second best accomplishment, other than having as many at-bats as I did.
So you liked that? You liked not having to go to class at all?
I loved it. Yeah. I mean, it gave me the freedom to be here and use the facility here as much as possible, and kind of give it all I could for baseball, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
So tell me about that aspect of being a student. Were you normally at home? I mean, obviously, when you're remote, you can probably take your classes wherever. You could be at the coffee shop. You could be in the backside of the batting cage.
Exactly.
How did that work most days for you?
Exactly. No, that was the luxury of it. It was just the freedom to be. Like I said, here as much as possible and give everything I had to baseball, but also still find time and like have the responsibility of doing the schoolwork in places outside of the classroom. So, I would do homework on the bus, in airports. Like I found ways to make it work, but also give as much time as I could to this program.
Garen Caulfield is our guest, longtime infielder here, Arizona, a class of 2025. Ended his career here playing in the College World Series. I know you came back for that senior season, and that was one of the goals. To achieve that goal and to do it going into Chapel Hill, getting down 1-0, and you guys rallying. I remember you saying last year, this is as much fun as I've ever had playing baseball.
Yeah, I was already thinking about my answer before you even stopped talking. I was gonna say it was great how it ended, but I could genuinely say I walked away from the game as a player, at least, as having the most fun possible in those last 2 or 3 weeks of the season, with even including Eugene and the conference tournament and everything. So it was a great way for me to go out. I couldn't ask for it any other way other than winning the national championship. So it was pretty special.
What were those weeks like for you guys, the players, as you guys were going through that process? Like you mentioned, you win the conference, you win the Big 12 tournament down in Texas, you go into Eugene and you win that regional on the road, and then you got to go to Chapel Hill and you got to win that thing in front of that raucous environment. What was it like being in the dugout around the guys during that 4-week stretch?
Yeah, I would even go back and think about 2 years ago when we hosted a regional here. It was like we had all the expectations, all the pressure of being the host, and being the Pac-12 regular season and tournament champion. And last year was a little bit different in that we got into a regional. We were a really good team, found a way to win the Big 12 tournament, and I think the best thing that happened for us was that we got to go on the road. And I don't remember how long it was that we were on the road, but we weren't home, and I think that like brought us together as a group, and we were able to bond over the fact that we hadn't been home in like a month. So we just kept rallying, and things started clicking at the right time. And I think just like building those relationships even at the very end of the season was detrimental to or was a big part of, I should say, the success we found at the end of the year.
Had you already made the decision that you were done before the end of the College World Series, or did that decision come after as you began to look at what potential pro prospects could be out there for you?
Yeah, it was always my dream to play Pac-12 baseball, really, and then professional baseball after that. But I was pretty old, and I kind of had a feeling that I was going to transition into something else. I had indie ball opportunities and stuff, but I had just played in Omaha, and I didn't really want to go play in, no knock to any of the indie ball teams, but I didn't really want to go play in the middle of nowhere and kind of start from scratch. So I don't know. I kind of had an idea, but there was always hope that I would play professional ball someday. But I think I made a good decision that starting out the coaching career here and getting that master's done.
How hard of a decision is that to make when you've put your entire life into it?
Yeah, it hurt, but I was super at peace with it, just with the way that the last season ended. Like if the last season didn't end how it did, I feel like I would have been probably more inclined to go out and play and kind of prove something. But I was so happy, being a captain of the team last year, and even the team before that when I was selected as a captain as well. Like just the last 2 seasons was awesome, and like I said, I ended playing baseball having the most fun I ever did playing it. So I couldn't ask for it any other way.
Arizona Wildcat infielder class of 2025. Garen Caulfield is our guest, graduate assistant coach now. So what does Chip have you doing? How did that conversation go when he said, okay, here's what I want, here's what I envision for you? What did you say you envisioned for yourself, and how did you guys come together on what your role was going to be?
Yeah, so Chip, obviously, we have great assistants here, and props to those guys, but I think Chip kind of wanted me to help with the infielders. He works with the infielders a bunch and developing them, and I had always had a passion for really good infield play because I know how much Chip helped me after my freshman year if you look at the stats.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I'm helping with the infielders every day, and a little bit of hitting stuff here and there, and then I've been trying to bring some mental performance stuff into just stuff we do every day and kind of my interactions with the guys, because I think that was a really big part of my game is mental performance. And so I don't know exactly what it is I want to do in the future with coaching, but I like a little bit of it all, and overall I just try to help everyone out here and make everyone's lives easier.
So what's an example maybe of some mental performance type things that you used as a player to get yourself right for what you needed to do?
Yeah, so I mean, it just starts with having a routine. I feel like a lot of guys that are freshmen, high prospect guys or highly skilled guys that don't know how to go about their business every day yet. I feel like I can kind of step in and help them with just developing a game day routine. Having a good shutdown routine after games to flush stuff and just be able to give it your all the next day. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, but just trying to keep these guys in the present moment and just trying to teach them to give 100% of what they got to win the next pitch.
Never easy to go into this role out of the dugout with guys you played with. How have you managed that aspect of the relationship with guys like Kane and Matthias Morant, who you suited up with and went to war with?
Yeah. No, it's a little interesting. I mean, I feel like those guys give me so much respect, and I give credit to them because I had graduate assistant coaches and player coaches in the past that I necessarily as a player didn't see them as coaches yet, but these guys have really given me kind of the freedom to help them out, and they're willing to hear my perspective when it comes to the mental performance stuff, or whether it be just little things here and there with hitting or their defensive play. So I just thank them for being a part of this transition for me as well, because I don't think it's really normal for your teammate to be your coach the next year.
Right.
So, yeah.
How's Pluta? Because obviously that was a guy you played with. He gets hurt right at the top of the season and can't go. How's he? But I hear he's kind of taking on a similar role.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back there in the bullpen.
Yeah, he's been great, and one of the things we talk about in mental performance all the time is make adversity your advantage. And obviously Tony had a great season, and when he won the Stopper of the Year thing, and he's been so so crucial to this program's success that, seeing him go down was sad, and it hurt this group specifically. And he's been so good and just turning a negative into a positive, and like I said, making adversity of having Tommy John his advantage of how can I help the new pitching coach kind of get accustomed to everything we do here. And he's just been, behind the scenes, he's been so helpful and just positive about the whole thing. It's pretty inspiring.
What's it like for you to see guys you played with here get to the big leagues like Daniel Susac?
Oh man, it fires me up so much. It's awesome seeing that, and it's like I grew up as a Giants fan too.
Oh, wow, okay.
So just to see him like wearing the uniform, and like I remember catching throws down at second base from him. Like it's pretty sweet, And he's been awesome. Like I text him not expecting a text back, congrats, and he's been great with communicating with us, and we're just so happy for him to see him out there.
Now, your grad situation, is it 1 year, multiple years, or when will you finish your master's?
Yeah, so my window actually closes after 7 years to be in the position I am. So this is the 7th year.
Okay.
And, I finished my master's this week, so I'll finish it just in the nick of time. But hopefully to move on to a new coaching role that's going to propel me into the future after this.
All right, well, Guerin, we'll be keeping an eye on you as you go down this new road. It was a whole lot of fun getting a chance to watch you play here on some very successful teams and getting to the World Series last year in your senior year. That's something that you'll have with you, and I'm sure you'll be telling your grandkids about someday.
Oh, absolutely. You know it. Thanks for having me, and love what you guys do around here.
Guerin Caulfield, one of the legendary infielders for your Arizona Wildcats. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5. She's got your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions at Ina and La Cholla and Ina reported. Aviation Parkway and 22nd Street, and some pretty heavy backups eastbound. Aviation Parkway approaching and passing Keno Parkway. 57 the overnight low, 88 sunny tomorrow, 78 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Brakemasters.
We're all racing to the red light, but this isn't NASCAR. Use caution. And if your vehicle needs a pit stop, just head on over to any Brakemasters stop sign. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brakemasters. We give you an honest break. O'Reilly.
Restore your tires shine and protect them from sun fading at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Save $2 when you buy 2 cans of Superior Products Coverall tire dressing. Plus receive 4 times O-Rewards points. Coverall stays where it's sprayed and delivers a long-lasting shine. Stop by your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie Bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
So hot. Hi, can I help you?
Good afternoon. We're with Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team.
But I didn't call yet.
That's how fast we are, man.
Just as I thought. This AC is out.
No, we're not gonna lose it. Come on. Come on. Don't you die on me.
Johnson, get a hold of yourself. Sorry, we take this very seriously.
Wow, you fellas are good.
It's not just a name, ma'am.
It's who we are kind of thing.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Spring is bug season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those bugs, bees, and termites. Stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is a bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. EssentialPest.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-2794. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-2794. That's 800-575-2794.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. $4, $6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
This deer season, John Deere wants to give you the home field advantage. We're bringing you the best offers of the season, whether that's cash off on select new machines or a shot at the ultimate Major League Baseball prize package. Because right now, you can enter for a chance to win an MLB All-Star experience for you and 3 friends, complete with travel and lodging for All-Star Week this July. Deer season is going on now through June 3rd. Visit johndeere.com/deer season to enter and view the offers and complete contest rules. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
James Harden took ownership for the Cavs' Game 1 loss against the Detroit Pistons last night. Despite Harden's 22-point night, it was his 7 turnovers that Harden blamed for Cleveland's 111-101 loss. The Pistons scored 31 points off the Cavs' turnovers in last night's game. Cade Cunningham led the Pistons with 23 points and 7 assists. Game 2 is Thursday night in Detroit. I'm Adam Abdallah.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Save $2 when you buy 2 cans of Superior Products Coverall Tire Dressing. Plus, get 4 times O Rewards points now at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, final segment of our show here today, coming to you from High Corbett Field, getting you set for Arizona baseball tonight. Wildcats and New Mexico State, 6 o'clock first pitch. Well, 6:05 first pitch. Brian Jeffries will have the call coming up with broadcast time at the top of the hour here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Tonight, New Mexico State. Friday night, it'll be Houston. We'll be back out here Friday night to get you set for the final Big 12 series of the year. In between that, tomorrow we're going to be up at West Anklam Road, up on West Anklam Road at Pima College. The Region 1 softball tournament will be happening tomorrow. First game of the day is at 11 a.m. Aztecs will be on the field at 2. So our show will start at 3. We'll catch the tail end of that game and have interviews for you post-game coming up on our program tomorrow. Hopefully the Aztecs putting themselves in a position to play for the chance to go back to the World Series. J-Dub, I want to go back to something that Garen Caulfield said in our interview with him. He basically said that he never actually went to a class here at the University of Arizona. His entire college career was virtual, was online. That's and I know there's a lot of, especially student athletes, who take online classes, but I wasn't aware of that it was to the extent where you could do that for your entire college career, like never go into a classroom.
You couldn't forever, DK, and then COVID happened.
Yeah. That's crazy to me, though, that you would not – I mean, even after the fact when in-person classes began again, there's still a large percentage, I think, of the student-athlete population that prefer not to go into a classroom.
I wouldn't
I would think I would want to go into a classroom and take maybe not all my classes, but I think I'd like to have some in-person interaction with other students.
Yeah, I mean, part of that, college experience is sitting in that big,
uncomfortable chair with that flip over.
The auditorium style where you got the slant to the room and all that. Yeah. You gotta experience that a few times when you're in college for sure.
Yeah, that floored me. That floored me for sure that Garen Caulfield had never actually gone into a classroom. Like he said, he's working on 7 years. He's working on 7 years in school. Never went into a classroom. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. But hey, if that works for a student athlete, I'd be interested to hear more stories about that for sure. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. All right, I mentioned earlier in the show we were telling you obviously softball gets underway tomorrow as well. They're in Oklahoma City, and they will take on Arizona State to open up play in the Big 12 tournament. It is a single elimination event in OKC. So you'll have the quarterfinals tomorrow. There'll be 4 quarterfinal games tomorrow, and then 2 semifinal games on Friday night, and then the championship will be early in the morning our time on Saturday. In fact, it'll be at 9 a.m. If the Wildcats are playing, they'll be playing at 9 a.m. Tucson time on Saturday. But I did want to go through all the rest of the awards because we mentioned earlier in the show that Sydney Stewart is your Big 12 Conference Player of the Year. 2nd year in a row, the Wildcats have had the Big 12 Conference Player of the Year. First time they've done that as a program since 1998. Had the back-to-back Conference Players of the Year. Last year, it was Devin Netz. This year, it was Sydney Stewart. So congratulations, Sydney Stewart, also winning the batting championship this year in the Big 12. But she wasn't the only award winner. There were more awards, and we want to celebrate those people as well. How about, and play you some highlights in the process, how about Regan Shockey? And this came from last week's trip to Utah.
Brings up Sion Noli, who gives it a pretty good ride to center field. Warning track wall, and it's caught! Oh, goodness, Regan Shockey! She robs Noli of a home run. And the final out of the 6th inning is definitive from the Wildcat center fielder.
Did you see that play, J-Dub? I mean, she just it wasn't like a go back. It wasn't like a go back and leap at the wall. It was literally just going back and putting your glove up as she got to the wall, catching it, and then slamming off the wall type of catch.
Yeah, no, it was it was crazy.
Yeah,
full
Regan
commitment.
Shockey. She is the co-defensive player of the year in the Big 12. Regan Shockey making plays like that. Haley Kripe from Kansas will also be the other part of that co-defensive player of the year. Another player for Arizona who probably could have been defensive player of the year in the Big 12 is Taylor Beal.
And that ball's oh my goodness, a tailor-made double play. Beal is the real deal, the dive. And gets the other out at second base, and the family is loving it.
Taylor Beal did not win Defensive Player of the Year, but she did win Scholar Athlete of the Year. Even better, Scholar Athlete of the Year in the Big 12. Congratulations to Taylor Beal on that award right there.
Doesn't she lead the nation in double plays?
I think pretty close, if not, and yes.
But not Big 12 co-player, the defensive player
of the year, yeah. I don't know. Can you give it to two young ladies from the same team?
That's probably the question.
Yeah, right. I don't know if you could. I don't know if people would like that very much. I want to know what the grade point average is. Let me see if we can find that in the notes here. So Beal, Big 12 Scholar Athlete of the Year. She was also all Big 12 first team, so she did get lauded for her play. She's Arizona's 5th Conference Scholar Athlete of the Year in softball. She has maintained a 4.0 GPA while majoring in nutritional sciences. So congratulations to Taylor Beal for being the Big 12 Scholar Athlete of the Year. All right, quickly, we'll get through the last of these here real quick. First team was Taylor Beal, Grace Jenkins, Reagan Shockey, Sydney Stewart. Second team, Jalen Adams, Telly Jennings, and Serenity Trice. All freshman team, Riley Holder and Kez Lucas. And all defensive team, Serenity Trice at second base, Reagan Shockey, and the outfield. Haley Kripe was the shortstop, so maybe that's why it did not go to Taylor Beal. All right, let's give you your Casino del Sol replay for today.
The Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, chatted with Owen Kramkowski, your Friday night starter for Arizona baseball earlier, and I asked Owen about last season when he came on, established himself, 24-25 season, helped this team get to the World Series with an unbelievable comeback win, down 1-0 at Chapel Hill against North Carolina.
It didn't even feel like we were playing baseball. Like, it felt like it was just fun. Like, it didn't feel like we had any pressure playing baseball, and it was like literally playing wiffle ball with my friends. Like, everyone was just – the dugout felt like it was just jokes going on the whole time, but everyone was still so, like – everyone knew what our goal was at the end of the day. So we were just stuck on that, but still everyone was just backing each other up, being good teammates, and it just made it a lot more easy to play with everyone since it felt like it was really free. Everyone was set, like we had such good chemistry, and it just made the actual on-field stuff just so much easier to have confidence and not have any of those worries in the back of your head. So, yeah, made it much more free to play.
What was describe Chapel Hill for me and what that 3-day period was like?
It's a roller coaster.
Obviously you get bushwhacked in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what was going through guys' minds? It's like, oh, maybe we're in over our head, but able to come back and get it done there. What was that 3-day period like?
I think honestly for us, like nothing really changed for us after that first game. Everyone, obviously, the score looks like it was a blowout and everything. Obviously the game was, but I think all of us knew that you come back the next day and you do exactly what you have to. You don't change because one game didn't go your way. That's baseball. That's going to happen. But, yeah, I think that we were just so good at sticking to our process, and it really just felt like we lost the game and just had to win a weekend series basically. So that was kind of all our mindset was just win the first pitch that next day and, yeah, just go from there.
And for you personally, because things had gone so well for you and then you had that hiccup there, how did you kind of reset to get ready for what was going to be next once you guys got back to Nebraska?
I think just being ready for what could have been next. If it was Game 3 at North Carolina, if I needed to throw that, I was ready to bounce back and throw that. So just being literally ready the next day, and none of us took it as like, well, that's it. Like, it was just like, all right, now we just do what we've been doing all season since we lost a lot of Friday games and won the series still. So, I mean, wasn't like anything really changed for us going in those next 2 days. Just sticking with what we do and trusting everyone who's behind us.
Today's Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, looking forward to getting a chance to watch Owen Kramkowski out here Friday night. Will it be the last time we see him at High Corbett Field? That remains to be seen. A junior who will have the opportunity to go into the draft process. Who knows? Maybe he comes back for his senior year and we get to see him play one more time. All right, Arizona baseball coming up in minutes here. Brian Jeffries will have the call. Jack LaFlamme gets the ball tonight for the Wildcats against New Mexico State. Jack, the freshman, is a right-hander, is no wins, 1 loss, a .995 earned run average. And the Wildcats beginning a 4-game homestand to finish out the season. Thanks to all of our guests today. Owen Kramkowski, Arizona pitcher. Garen Caulfield, Arizona alum and now grad assistant coach. Adriana and Brooklyn Machado from Pima softball. For J.W. Madden, for cricket, Dragon Ball off today. My name is David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Coming up next, Arizona, New Mexico State. Enjoy the game here on Wildcats Radio, 1290.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys
Thank you.
Traffic Center.
Yep.
This is Wildcats Radio.
Yeah, so those 2 ladies are going to come in tomorrow at
Collisions
11
reported
a.m.
limber
for
lost
the
in
interview
First
on
Avenue
racing.
And
Cool.
limber lost.
Awesome.
Ina and LaChoya. LaChoya and Ina reported. Also, crash that occurred at 22nd Street and Aviation Parkway eastbound. Backups on Aviation approaching and passing Keno. And that's your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters. We're all racing to the red light, but this isn't NASCAR. Use caution. And if your vehicle needs a pit stop, just head on over to any Brake Master stop sign. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Masters. We give you an honest break.
In Tucson, people believe in hard work and standing by their neighbors. At Cruz & Associates, we believe in doing the same for our clients. If a serious accident leaves you or your loved one injured, we're here to help. Call 520-567-8000. Cruz & Associates, a firm you know, help you can trust.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-583-5905.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-583-5905. That's 800-583-5905.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
At Cumulus Digital, we know that in this market, you're either a follower or a leader. While followers settle for the status quo, at Cumulus Digital, we provide the edge leaders are looking for, with digital results that beat industry averages by 25% or more. Hey, you're not average, so your marketing results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com, fill out the form, and take the lead.
My gosh, Ted, why are you digging up the yard?
I'm looking for that stupid pipe. The bathroom drain is still clogged.
Shouldn't we call Goodfellas AC and Plumbing? You know, the professionals.
I found the pipe.
Whatever clogs your drains, leave it to the professionals at Goodfellas AC and Plumbing. The choice your family can count on for quick, reliable plumbing service using Permaliner to fix pipes and drains without digging up the yard. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
There are only about 4,300 publicly traded companies on the U.S. Stock Exchange. But there are an estimated 33 million companies in the U.S. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. The average investor is missing out on over 99% of the investment opportunity that's happening in this beautiful country until now. True portfolio strength is found beyond the confines of the S&P 500, investing in promising companies before they go public. Private real estate, infrastructure, world-changing technologies. This is called the endowment model. The endowment model has historically outperformed the traditional model of just stocks and bonds. If you're an accredited investor and want more from your investments, it's time to think beyond just stocks and bonds. Call Trajan today, 520-200-1600. That's 520-200-1600.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
Looking for the ultimate midweek escape? Come experience Tucson's original Whiskey Wednesday at Union Public House in St. Philip's Plaza, where whiskey lovers sip for a half price from one of Arizona's largest whiskey collections. Hungry late? Our kitchen's open till midnight, serving up made-from-scratch American favorites. And the bar? Open till 2 a.m. Whiskey Wednesday, only at your favorite Tucson hangout. Union Public House, Campbell and River. Great bites, late nights.
If your yard is the talk of the neighborhood, make sure it's for all the right reasons. Call Dorado Rock and Materials. For landscape gravel to boulders and everything in between, Dorado Rock and Materials will make sure you and your yard are covered.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.